Good evening. Good evening to you all. Hope that everybody's doing well tonight. There will be no bot tonight. Um, I don't know what happened, but I guess I didn't properly close some things out. And you know how I told you we only get like a certain amount of quota of bot juice, as you guys like to call it, on YouTube. So apparently the bot juice was just leaking all night last night. So no bot juice. So there's that. Um, Tonight I'm going to talk about life. Right? What are you really chasing? Excuse me, I was eating. I'm still eating. Actually, I'm going to cut the screen off and continue to eat. I need all my nutrients and vitamins. I'm a growing young man. Let me make sure the thing, when I start talking, then the thing don't even be going on. Again, welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den, I am your host, Ed Honcho. I hope that you are well, wherever you may be in the world. And again, we're all friends of the Den. At least we try to be. We try to be friends in the Den. It doesn't always work out that way, but we do our best. So again, like I said, good evening. Welcome to the Den. I want to ask a question that almost all of us have wrestled with, whether we want to admit it or not, right? And that's what I expect when you guys call in tonight. If you call in tonight, I want to know. That's what I got. Is that what I got to start doing? I got to start getting pistachios back out for calls. That might have to be the move. But it's a question that we've all thought about, whether we want to admit it or not, right? We may be the most humble of people. We've thought about it, right? And so from the time you're young, you're told you got to work hard, you got to study hard, you earn more, you save more, invest, keep on climbing up the corporate ladder, right? That's what they tell you. What knows it? And success is often measured by, your income, your promotions, your titles, the size of your home, kind of car you drive. You riding foreign, you riding domestic, you riding, supercar, something like that. You riding sedan, you riding compact. What you in? Or the life that people are able to fool with, right? Or the life some people like to curate and put online, and some people think that's successful. But somewhere along the way, man, many people discover that achieving those goals doesn't really bring like peace. It doesn't bring happiness. It doesn't bring joy, right? It doesn't bring purpose or fulfillment. It feels like there's something lacking, something empty. You see people reach peaks that other people would die to have, and you just see them and they just look like they're dead inside because they're not fulfilled. It's not the money. It's not the fame, right? And so you see that, and so you kind of wonder, like, what are we really chasing? Like, is money really the end goal? You listen to the music, you listen to this hippity hop, and the music tells you money, 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 power, respect. Right? What the hoes want? The hoes want money. Throw money on the bitches' asses. That is success. Slap that bitch with $100 bill. That is success. Or is money simply a tool, right, to build the life that we actually want? Some people say, hey, money doesn't change people. It just makes people more of who they were. Do you believe that, or do you disagree? Well, quick poll that. So if it's just a tool, at what point do we stop using it and start letting it use us, right? Like, and when we stop using it, we stop letting it start letting it use us. Tonight is not about like trying to say that money's bad, getting money's bad, hustling bad, whatever. I do think there's an over exaggeration in some things, but American culture is interesting, and other cultures we're going to talk about as well. But you got to have financial stability. But and you got to have opportunity. You got to be in the right place at the right time, right? And you got to provide for your family, right? But you see a lot of people like they work all their lives and they retire, right? They're old, or I don't say they're old, depending on how you're young. I mean, age, I do believe age is a state of mind, right? But a lot of people, they're older, they've been locked into their job, that's all they know, that's all they've ever known, that's all they ever know. And they lose that purpose, right? They lose that fire. They're not seeing those friends every day or whatever made them wake up and go, then they lose that. And a lot of times they don't have any purpose. They fade away, man. And they spent their whole life doing something, not saying they didn't have fun along the way, but the majority of your life, you spent it in mental dedication to someone else, somewhere else, something else, So if success costs you your health, if it costs you your relationship, if it costs you your peace of mind, or your sense of purpose, was it really success? Like, what if you became famous doing something you really didn't like? What if you became rich doing something you really didn't like, supporting a product you really didn't believe in? That you something you knew was harming people, but yet nobody knew, but you were getting filthy rich off it. So everybody's looking at you like, hey, you're loaded, right? You got money, you got all the good things going on, but inside you're like, I'm hurting people. I'm not doing right. It could be a litany of different situations. It's just a hypothetical. I don't know anybody who's selling washing detergent or pharmaceuticals aside from like Eckerd's. I want to hear y'all stories tonight. I want to hear your thoughts. I would say vote in the polls, but the polls will not be working tonight, so we're just going to do quick polls. Y'all jump in the chat. When the lines get open, I'll make sure not to talk too much because since I don't have any polls and no quick draw, no games to entertain y'all, I'll make sure I don't talk too long. I probably already have, but I want to hear what y'all think tonight, right? I want you to think before you call in. I want you to think while you're in the chat tonight. What does a successful life look like to you? Okay, excuse me. Now, I'm gonna blank the screen and eat this piece of chicken. Of course, nigga, you gonna eat some chicken. So success. What is success? Right? What does success mean to you, the individual? Right? Make sure you're in the live chat, not the top chat. Shout out to the lovely Miss Bell. And Tulio, always good to see you, my brother. Let me see here. Make sure you're in the live chat there, though. Girl 6. See why they gonna hire Girl 6 from me? The artist formerly known as. Good to see you. Sophisticated. What's the motherfucking deal? See, that's what I say. That's why you got to be in live chat, man. If you're not in live chat, make sure you check your chat settings. And make sure you don't have it on top chat. Make sure you have it on live chat. Live chat will hide messages from you. And I'm pretty sure people like out there reading the top chat and listen, what is this guy talking about? Who the fuck is he talking to? These people aren't even here. He's fucking crazy. Well, so make that mind up. See, I know I say you girl shit for real. You ain't fooling nobody. That's the first quote coming to mind. Damn Players Club. I got my eye on you. But what is it, right? Like, do you sacrifice? Should you sacrifice your happiness to make sure that you're more secure, to make sure that your overall well-being is going to be taken care of in the future? Look, I know y'all gonna be mad at me. Like, how this nigga back? I make delicious chicken breast. I know how it's just chicken breast. Now I got the sauce and the recipe, right? I got the chicken glitch. So I can't let y'all have none, because if I ever let y'all have some of my chicken breast, y'all be acting like the niggas when they was acting like at Popeye. Y'all niggas get on shit and get too trendy, you know what I'm saying? I hit y'all with my chicken breast recipe. Y'all gonna be out there like them niggas out there selling the watermelons with the liquor in it. Y'all gonna, oh my God, this shit is delicious. Oh my goodness. Y'all gonna be out there y'all gonna be out there selling like, what is that? Well, boy, some crazy trends going on in the world. The motherfucker with the liquor watermelon, I don't want none of that shit. That shit look like, oh my goodness. Anyway. But what is it? Because you see people in less fortunate countries, right? I wouldn't call them third world because, in my opinion, there are parts of America that rival some third world nations, right? And if we focus on the bad, we could probably go tit for tat. But is a person wrong if they don't see success the same way as the next person, right? Some people may see success as not a monetary thing. They may see success as, making sure my children get to the next level, right? I might not have reached the plateaus that I would have liked to reach for myself personally, but I did what was necessary to sacrifice, my financial success, maybe, or my personal success for my own personal dreams. Maybe I wanted to be a musician, right? Who knows? But I know that my children will have a foundation. I know that my kids will be good, right? And you put them through college, they do well, they're all, and they forget about you. But, you know, in your opinion, right? Drop in the chat. This is a percentage question. What percentage of people do you believe consider success a material only thing? Monetary, material, actual finances, fancy cars, bags, things like that. What percentage of people do you believe think that is success? I would stab myself for a piece of my own chicken. That's how good this shit is. Really the best in the city. I don't want to have to get down like that. But really, I'm the best in the city with it. But I can't get it out there because people be watching your recipe. Next thing you know, your recipe on TikTok. Everybody be talking about my grandma used to cook it just like that. I knew that. But niggas got on the internet and lied, boy. You say, in today's age, 60 to 70%. 06 says 60%. See, I believe the majority of people see things as materialistic. You see life as, what they can get, what they can accumulate. Do you think why do you think that is, right? Like, is it to compare to the next man so they can say, hey, well, I know I've done better because I can visually see my wealth. I can see what I've accumulated. I can see what I've built up. So I had to have achieved more than the guy panhandling on the corner, right? I had to have done better in life than that guy, right? Like, is that what we think? Like, I mean, because I don't know. Like I said, I have to be careful with it because, like I say, recently that I've kind of gotten back into a certain groove. I've gotten back to thinking more so like I did when I was young. It's not even because it's just the world around you, right? You really look at it. I feel so bad for some people who I don't feel bad. Everybody has to, own their own decisions. But people who were manipulated into certain positions and they own it and they do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? But I just hate that. I don't even want to say I hate that structure because structure is necessary. But like, what would the world feel like if everybody got to live out their version of success? Do you think that, say there's abundance in resources, say there's everything, going on, do you think that people could truly coexist on a planet where everybody was living in their version or form of success? Right? And I agree. That's the whole thing. Everything you do, you got to make it to the top. You got to get rich. You got to get the promotion. You got to get the whatever. What's wrong with saying, hey, my life is good. I make pretty good money right here. I got a nice work-life balance. I don't overdo it. I don't have to. Why is there always that natural push? 'Cause I don't think we live naturally, right? I think man is more animalistic in nature than we want to believe, right? I think that we've refined ourselves, right, with rules and regulations and all of that. But to me, some of the refinements are kind of dumb, right? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest. Maybe like, and I know it sounds real, real mongoloid. I'm not a fan of utensils. I use them, right? But I don't really think they're necessary, right? What does this have to do with success, Honcho? Nothing. But the world would be more successful if we didn't have fucking utensils. We didn't throw away utensils. We got fucking perfectly good hands. Well, Honcho, what about those of us that don't have hands, Honcho? Somebody will feed you. Somebody will gladly feed you, right? It seems like it would be. Would it be easier for a person with, who is missing appendages to eat without them or with a fork and like they gotta like I gotta do some research. 'Cause I don't know what's going on. No, no, I'm telling you, like, and I get it. Maybe it's the mess and it's all of that. It makes it a little bit cleaner. Man, fuck all of that, right? I'm gonna start a restaurant, and somebody's gonna hear this and probably start some shit. And you'll be like, "Hey, I got this idea." Start a restaurant. There's gonna be no utensil. You gotta eat with your fucking hands. You gotta like slurp out the soup bowl and shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta motherfucking me. You know what I'm saying? Like you get like a steak or something. You gotta eat that bitch barehanded. It's gonna be a little hot. We'll give you some gloves or something. We'll give you like a warning. You know what I'm saying? You can't serve shit that's too hot. Well, that's probably an easy way to get sued. But yeah, we'll get some gloves so it stays like clean. So instead of like utensils, you get some fucking gloves. You just tear into it. We call it ooh, I already got the name. I can't even man. See, this is what I'm saying. I should be in an office somewhere just throwing out ideas. Cause I got great stupid ideas. I gotta write this down. What's up, Peter? You gonna get ran over, man? I gotta write this one down. This is actually anyway, getting back to success though. Like, could we live in a world where everybody lived in their own version of success, right? But I don't think so, because some people obviously want to be the richest. Obviously, some people. I went on a just. That's why I tell you, my mind goes all over the place. I can't tell y'all the name of this place. This is a very doable idea, and with this name, it would be. I got something for that. Anyway, like I don't think so, because some people want to feel better than other people. Some people don't want to feel equal. Some people don't want to feel like they're on the same playing field, and that's what makes them feel good. That's what makes them feel special. That's what makes them feel like they have some type of leverage in the world, right? Some people think success is being recognized. Some people think success is just people appreciating their works, right? There's many different views of what it can be. I mean, it's infinite views, right? Success could be anything to anybody. I'm sure there are some people with some we got some processor problems who have some very interesting views of success, right? Like, so all I'm saying is, in your mind, and I'm gonna open up the line here, like I said, I ain't gonna tie it up, I'll talk in between. In your mind, when I open up the line, you tell me, what does success mean to you, right? And have you achieved that success in your life? Now, don't go changing your answers up because I added that last part, right? Don't go switching up your answer. If you haven't, it gives you more to strive for, right? It gives you more to want to go towards, right? So there's nothing wrong with if you have not. I don't think I've achieved, like, my idea of success. It wouldn't be something crazy like, oh, I want a bunch of Lambos. Like, a car is a car to me, bro. I get it. Like, I get it. Vroom vroom, go fast. Like, I like to drive a little fast. I ain't gonna play with you, but a car is a car to me, right? Like, that don't get my dick hard. Like, that ain't gonna do nothing. I'm not gonna see a car like, oh my God, it's a Porsche Cayenne, 911. So like I see a nice car. It's cool. I like slabs. I like unique shit. You know what I'm saying? There's some old school shit I like. I don't go crazy over fire. I see some people go crazy over guns. And I'm not knocking any of this. I'm not hating on any of it. Like, it's cool if you do any of this, right? Some success for some people might be a very large gun collection, right? The biggest gun collection in the world for somebody, that might be success, right? That's not my thing, right? To me, being successful, or my ultimate success would be, I might have said this before, would be to be wealthy enough to rescue every stray dog I see, right? And like have some land to put him on, right? So they could just live out a decent doggy life. You know what I mean? Like that's the type of shit. Like if I was a billionaire, that's probably where a lot of my money going. I know it sounds crazy, right? But dogs are cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Let's get this conversation going. Yeah, like if I a pack of mutts. Hey man, you see I'm over here talking about running with the running with a pack of mutts, man. You see where it's got me, Mr. Anderson. Always good to see you, man. Always good to see you, man. Look, no, for real, like, man, look. I would go study under the tutelage of Caesar Milan and learn the ways of the. That's all Caesar used to be punking them dogs on the cool. He used to be kicking them motherfuckers. Caesar used to. He had that one Chihuahua though gave him some shit. That one Chihuahua was on his ass. That one Chihuahua wasn't taking no shit from me. I forgot what his name was. It wasn't Lucky. It was something off the wall. That one Chihuahua was giving Caesar shit, and he couldn't quite get him right. I think he had to send him like to camp with all the rest of the dogs and shit. But yeah, Caesar used to be poking them dogs. He used to be agitating. He probably used to do that shit for the camera. The dogs used to be chilling. You know what I'm saying? Man, look, man. I am not a cat person, but how do I explain this? I love animals. I like animals overall. Cats, I wouldn't harm a cat, right? Like I wouldn't want a cat, but if the cat hung out and stuck around, I look out for the cat. You know what I mean? Like, you can't look out for me, I look out for the cat. Cat distribution hooked me up. He couldn't come inside though. But like, I'd make sure he's well to do outside. Maybe if it's like a bad storm, I'd let him hang out or something, depending on. But cats are unpredictable, right? I just can't. They're too independent. I know people say, oh, people like dogs, so you can tell them what to do. It's not even about. I like to watch dogs just frolic, let them romp and play like these two little. All they do all day is fight. I done stopped properly training fucking Peanut, and he mad because he liked a little training and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that nigga Pecan ain't having none of that shit. Peanut trying to train this nigga come out the woodworks and attack him. He be hiding around corners and shit. That shit be funny to me, man. Like, I don't know. Cats are funny too. Don't get me wrong, because cats are funny and extremely agile. So like, I'm not gonna dismiss the cat. Oh, hold on, my bad. What'd I do? I ain't mean I might have accidentally. I didn't intend to hang up. If I did hang up. Oh, here it goes. Okay. Hold on. Un segundo, por favor. Hopefully this will work out like it should have. Just a moment. Okay. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
It's Belle.
Ah, yes. The bell has rung. How are you doing, Miss Bell?
Good. I think my opinion of chasing the money might be different than others in what we call success. I had two choices when I was a young 20-something. If I chased the corporate and the financial, I probably wouldn't have been a very good parent. Right. And so if I decided that I wanted to be a parent, this is just me now. This isn't anybody else.
Right.
If I wanted to have a traditional family and be a mom and be a good parent, corporate wasn't going to be for me, so I had to make that choice. My success for me is that I got to watch my children grow into adulthood and have families of their own. Mm-hmm. That to me is success. Financial success, I got a roof over my head, food on the table, clothes in my closet, and a washer and dryer that works. And a car that works, knock on wood. Those are basic essentials. Anything after that, it's all cheesecake.
It's all cheesecake? Like New York style cheesecake?
You are breaking up. You are sounding like a robot from the 25th century.
Hold on, let me fix a little bit of computer love. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Hold on one second.
Let me give you a quick call back.
Okay, cool. We'll do that. All right. Sorry about the Technical difficulty. I can hear you clearly. Yeah, you heard what I said, TD. Niggas be seeing cars and niggas be getting. Pimp C said, the bitch want to fuck my car. That shit don't be getting me aroused, man. You know what I'm talking about? Motherfuckers be seeing cars and they be seeing mechanical objects and getting around. Like, you ever think about that? People, and we are in America, we love inanimate things. Y'all don't find that strange? Shout out to Trill. What's the motherfucker deal? Who do we have calling back in the den this evening?
It's Miss Bell.
All right,
You all suddenly sound like you were a robot from the 25th century.
Oh, I'm always futuristic space age with it. You know what I'm talking about?
Space cadet, yes. And the thing is you said something about chase the money, and the first thing that made me think of success was living in the moment. Because when you live in the moment, things can be more colorful. Things can be more memory-making. When you're chasing something, all you're seeing is what's behind you or what you need to go in front of you, but you don't see what's around you. And again, that was part of a choice of not going corporate or going traditional family for me. Like I said, it's not for everybody.
I have a question. Right, as I've said,
Sure.
I'll start having some questions for each of y'all. I ain't gonna ask all y'all the same question. So if y'all call in, don't think I got my answer for your question. No, you don't, because you ain't getting the same damn question. Anyway,
they're not getting stamped; they're individual.
Let's say we're gonna call this the $10 million test. Let's say you get $10 million, but you lose 10 years of your life. Would you take it?
No.
Why not?
I'd want to spend that moment with my kids and grandkids.
What if you could leave them $10 million?
Knowing how I lost my mom 18 months ago, no.
Okay.
I know what it's like to lose somebody that could be there for one more day, one more minute, one more hour.
Definitely understand that. All right, let me ask you another question, a little bit more positive. This one is for everybody, right? Because I know some people that these things have happened to, and they might have did an answer that you wouldn't believe. If I gave you $100 million and I deposited into your bank account tonight, and you woke up in the morning and you checked your account and it had $100 million in it, how long would you keep doing exactly what you're doing today?
I'm retired, so that's just infinite. I would be able to help more unfortunate. I would be able to put more towards the Humane Society. I would be able to put more towards food pantries. I would be able to give more to my community. But
would you be a sugar mama?
No, hell no.
I mean, it's $100 million.
Hey, I'm not saying I wouldn't treat the guy, but he's still got to come up with his own, and
What? You can't buy a little love for $100 million. You might.
I plain if I got a fixture, I'm not going to keep you.
What you mean? You got $100 million? You can fix anything. All problems will be
Shit.
solved.
You know how many folks come out of the woodwork when they know you got a dollar bill attached to you? Please.
But that's what I'm saying.
Look at professional football. That is the best damn example of magnets of whomever.
Man, but I'm saying, but those women grow up to plot on them. You know what I mean? It's those dudes' fault for the things that happen to them because they like weird looking women. But yeah, my sing, y'all ain't rocking with my singing. I was hey y'all man. But I'm just saying, okay. So you would give more. You say, what percentage do you think you would give of your?
Yeah, I would
earnings
definitely
if you had $100
hit
million?
more hard areas that. I mean, you've got plenty of places that have a need to be filled. That it's just not cutting the mustard, and to be able to help somebody else's life be a bit easier, that gives me success. Knowing that I was able to help somebody's life be more enriched.
I agree. Would you give it to a specific charity, or would you kind of get hands-on? How would you approach it? If you were to donate.
Probably a little bit of different things. I like United Way. I like a lot of what they call homegrown charities, like your Waterfront Rescue Missions, your I wouldn't say so much what is that? Like Salvation Army, like your thrift shops that do a lot for your community, so that they could help people with their bills, or they could, do the Christmas stuff for the kids. Different communities do different things. Soup kitchens. I mean, right now, your soup pantries and food closets around the country are just absolutely to the bare minimum.
Shout out to you, Antulio. So would you stay in the same place you're in, or would you relocate?
I probably wouldn't move far from where I am, but I probably wouldn't do much different. I love my car. The only thing I might get is a play car.
So when you go out on your sugar mama dates,
Or
you
a
got your
truck.
play car.
Yeah. But if I did a convertible, I do a rental. I mean, I don't need to keep that around. I'm very practical as far as that goes.
What's your dream car, Miss Bell?
My dream car?
Yeah.
Shit, I had one once. Wrangler Jeep.
A Wrangler Jeep.
5-speed on the floor. Soft top.
You on the beach with the ducks and the top off and all that type of shit going on. So y'all said, I told y'all Miss Bell was a
Mud
wild
running,
girl.
yeah.
I think that bell was ringing for nothing. I told y'all. So you could tell the person by the car they like. You got to watch out for them. You know what I would do if I had $100 million? Instead of giving it to a charity, I would employ an army of crackheads and just have them attack the streets. Like, I'd give them money. They go buy the crack. Like, I wouldn't give them the crack directly. But, like, have them doing various tasks, and you got them in, like, a big number. I've seen this guy, and that's what he does. He goes to, like, these parks, and he pays the crackheads, like, $5 for every bag full of trash that they get. And they get the shit done so quick. Shit that the city should be doing, right?
So giving them a job to do street sweeping, so it's teaching them to fish for a lifetime rather than feed them for a day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only going to do it until everything's cleaned up. And then they probably should go to rehab after that. But, they'll have, the cities are pretty dirty, so they're definitely like, I'd give them a ride to new locations. So I'd give them plenty of opportunity to make plenty of money. Like, it would be enough to where you could probably get off crack and start a decent life. But yeah, I'd employ an army of crackheads and just like clean shit up. Like, and then how do you feel about yourself? You see crackheads in your neighborhood cleaning
mental health
up.
is not a bad idea either.
A Lamborghini Diablo. Because you El Diablo, that's why.
I wouldn't waste my money on the insurance for a damn Lamborghini.
What was I behind the other day? I was surprised. It was. I took a picture of it because I was like, hey, that.
Now, if I was going to do anything, I'd do a Rolls Royce Phantom.
Well, you gonna be like a rapper.
No.
You're gonna have to rock the do-rag.
It's old school money.
Oh, you're talking about like okay. Interesting.
English.
You talking about that old yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Now, the one thing if I chose not to, I would have a driver. That would be one thing. I do 99% of my driving.
So you would hire a driver?
Yep.
Do you think that's bullshit? How much should a driver, like if you had a personal driver, how much should a personal driver make a year? How much would you pay a personal driver?
Depends on how much traveling you do, because you got to figure you got to put them up wherever you travel to.
I mean, ain't that like a
Unless
benefit? Like
you're traveling in the city all the time or whatever.
Okay.
I'd say probably between $50,000 and $60,000 a year.
That's not bad.
On a higher end corporate level.
You get tips and bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I got a. No, I think I already know how you answer. I'm gonna save that one. I'm not gonna save. I'm gonna save that one.
Am I that easy to read?
No, just because it's kind of similar to something I asked prior, and so I think I already have a good idea of where you're gonna lean on that one, or at least, yeah, I believe so. Okay.
The one thing I definitely would do is build a gym and have a home gym.
Okay. Why not? So you wouldn't want to go to a public gym, a high-end fancy gym? You would just rather have one at home?
When I go to the gym, I just put my headphones on and just do my thing, and that's my zen time. I just don't want to think about anybody else.
You could put plenty of.
And if I was going to take a class, that's one thing, but being on, I don't do Master, but, doing the circuit training or whatever, it's like I'm just there to do my thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Do you think that someone can have a fulfilled life without ever being financially secure?
Yes.
Mm. Okay.
Because living in the moment and knowing that you're getting by in the moment and you know that there's potential for it to get better can make it better. Does it mean there's not long-term stress, and it doesn't mean that, you're not going to have your up and down days, but I think that's normal. And I don't, unless you're so self-sufficient that you never have to work again, we all think about where the next paycheck's coming from.
Right. That's true.
I don't, and most people are only like a paycheck and a half away from hitting Skid Row anyway.
Right.
Because the divide between the middle class and shit poorhouse is so much farther apart when you fall.
That's true. That is true.
And I was just talking to my sister about this today. The divide is so huge today between the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's only getting worse because it's crazy stuff that these private equity companies are buying. It's crazy things that are going on. And so I don't know. People just gotta start paying attention to what's happening. But it's definitely a huge split. But the thing is, the reason why it works is because everybody wants to keep up with the Joneses. Everybody wants to do the same thing. People are afraid to deviate and go independent. But the thing about it is they've made us so afraid of each other. We don't know how to work together to make these things work.
Actually, I think honestly some of it is that fear of ultimate failure. And so, like you said, it's the reaching for the stars. When I was growing up, a dollar ticket would buy you $1 million lottery. Now you're seeing it easily shoot up $5 for the lottery ticket, and it's starting out at $20 million. Right. So you've already bumped it up 20% higher than it originally started out with. Well, that is going to bump everybody up because all those people that have all this extra cash, it doesn't. I don't know how to filter it down better, but it just seems like the filtering down process really sucks.
Yeah, oh no, it is
those
really
who
wild.
Are,
I get you.
Well, seniors and Social Security people, it's like they don't even make $6 an hour. Some of them on the lowest end checks.
Damn.
For being disabled, and you've got the state of California is talking about making either $20 or $25 their minimum wage. And we wonder why gas is so high?
Man, look.
Because everybody else is coming after those minimum wage people to get their nickel and dime. You keep nickel and diming everybody's screwed.
I agree. But again, it's a point to where people are they don't want to deviate from the past. So they're going to continue doing whatever it takes. They won't. They're gonna fall in line. They're gonna work harder. They're gonna do whatever because I think everybody has that kind of false image of success. Everybody was saying, 60-70% of people have, monetary visions of success. So people are, they've invested their life, they've invested their time at work and in these jobs to have these houses, to have these goods, to have these things. And even though things are getting higher and more expensive, they're going to fight to hold on to that as much as they can. So they'll suffer, as long as they can to hold on to that instead of saying, hey, maybe we got to do something different.
Well,
maybe
there's a couple of other reasons why we're suffering. Back in the day, you had generations and generations of laborers, the painters union, the carpenters union, the stonemasons, and all these, and women who worked in restaurants and different things.
Right.
And because of the fact that it was several generations into it, it was an expected thing, and it had a certain amount of workforce. The workforce right now is unstable in the fact that the consistency and the amount of trained labor to be able to keep up with everything is not always available.
Right.
you know. Trade schools are finally coming about, but that's something that are almost a generation and a half too late.
Mm.
But it's important that they stay in culinary schools, auto bodies, masonaries, nursing, pre-med, pre-law, engineering, drafting, all these things that we need structure and schooling for that they wouldn't have got from their parents because different degrees of choices for what they want for their success or their chasing the money, their career-oriented goals.
Right. Okay. Okay.
I mean, I kind of came up with what my mom did. My mom, on the side, she had a business she sewed clothes. She also worked a corporate job. I've been on a sewing machine since I was probably 10 or 11 and can do anything I need to do. But that's because she took the time, and that was a generational thing. Both my grandparents, grandmothers were sewed and all those kind of things. So those came down through the generation. And when you have that divide, those skills, those need to be brought into the next generations.
Are you going to try to pass those along?
Huh?
Are you going to try to pass those along? Do you think that?
Yeah, I'm definitely. I mean, both my kids. My son knows how to iron. He knows how to sew a button on a shirt. My daughter, cooks. My son cooks. You can't not do that because you're leaving them defenseless if you don't teach them skills. And that's the thing. We can't leave it to the schools. It has to start at home.
I agree.
I saw a quote. Somebody thought that being a student began when you started school. No. Learning begins when you're born and your parents start teaching you slowly. By walking, crawling, and then walking, and then taking the next steps. You never really graduate. You just get to the next level.
I agree. I concur fully. And that's the thing. I think that's one of the major things. We were talking about the other day, especially how people overrate high school in America. But yeah, people get to a point where they stop learning, or they feel like they don't have to learn, or they do things that aren't necessarily. It's not necessarily beneficial information, or the things that it's wild, right? Like I've never understood not wanting access to more information. But shout out to Prop, shout out to Adam. What's the motherfucking deal? Good to see y'all. But yeah, okay.
Here's a quick thing too, and it blew my mind. We had a high school history teacher that got totally pissed at the class and said, "Listen, y'all want to screw off here?" He said, "I bet you all $5 when y'all go to college, you'll pay more attention to your college classes because you're paying for them than sitting in a public classroom."
Yeah.
And I'll be damned. I did pay more attention in college than I did in high school.
Yeah, because you got skin in the game.
But I took a lot of that high school with me.
Right. But yeah, you got skin in the game because in high school, of course, you're not risking nothing. I mean, what you're supposed to do. You might get punished or something like that. But yeah, when you spend actual money,
we don't make it easier on ourselves by learning either.
Right.
By fighting it, you make it hard on yourself.
Right. But at that time, do you really know? Isn't it hard to kind of determine? You don't see it. You don't see certain information. And then let's be honest. We can all be honest that there was information that was provided to us that was kind of useless, right? I mean, there's somewhere. I mean, it's interesting.
Absolutely.
There was stuff that was interesting, but it was like so. Sometimes there's some filler shit. Like to me, it should be focused on teaching kids the fundamentals. All this extra shit, really should be optional. It should be about giving kids the ability to think, to read, and process what they're reading, and do some solid math, right? I'm not saying like things like history and all of those stuff isn't good, like the whatever they call it now, social studies or social sciences, whatever.
I used to like that one. That was my sleep class. I got an A through those classes, and I slept through them.
See, look at you. I knew it.
Now, algebra, on the other hand,
Right.
But I like trig.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
statistics. So,
But yeah, like that, math, like things like that, because math is the universal language. I don't know, man.
yeah.
I feel like we've regressed as a society. You know what I mean? Just in many, like we've advanced in the technology, but we the actual people have just kind of, we've regressed. We I don't know.
Well, we've rested on laurels with all electronics. We expect it to do it for us rather than knowing that we still have to put the time in.
Right. But what's the point though, right? Like, because I can see the other side of it. So if I know some AI or some other thing or some whatever, it can give me the answer real quick, or can take care of it for me. I don't have to do it. What is the point of me really doing it? Like, can you blame them for not being able to partake in certain things or care about certain
I
things?
can give you a perfect example.
Okay.
When I was in sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth grade, middle school, I guess, none of our teachers would let us ever use calculators in class. And the purpose for it is you learned the long division, you learned whatever way that they're giving you the algebra quotations or whatever. The only time we used it is when we needed it for the scientific stuff. Anyway,
What was it, like
but
the
the point
PEMDAS
was,
stuff?
yeah, the cosines and sines and all that. But the reason that they wanted us to learn the formulas is so that we always had the formulas. We didn't.
Right.
That was something that can be rote learned and mastered, and that was an important factor. Well, once you start having computers, you plug everything in. You're not learning exactly what each of the formulas are, and you're relying on a computer to tell you whether it's right rather than knowing when it's right.
But I mean,
It's the
we'll
same
say
thing with AI, writing a paper.
right. But we always say, well, one day it's not going to be around it, but it's been around since. Can you fault them? Because I mean, that's my excuse. One day you're not going to know how to do this, and you're going to, but they're not. They're not, because all the
Okay, I'm
technology's
not
caught
saying
up. So I
not to
mean,
use it as a tool, but relying on it is what makes us weak.
I get
Using
you.
it as an aid and assistance is one thing,
Mhm.
but using it as a crutch is another.
Hmm.
And there is that just slight turn of the coin.
Okay.
It's kind of like chasing the money, and what do you consider success? I don't consider money success. I consider success being able to have a healthy family, have my own health. I consider success at the end of the month knowing that I can pay my bills the following month. Some people like, I want to live in $1 million mansion with a fortress and a moat. To somebody else, it might be, I want to refurbish an old home. I mean, it's as many dreams and ideas as you can have is what somebody else's success may be. But the most important thing is take the blinders off once in a while and look around and make sure that what you're doing is what you really want. And not let it just be a drive, but let it be an adventure.
I'm going to say one thing, Ms. Bell. Tonight on this call, you have sounded like a damn hippie the entire damn call. You've been talking about freedom and willy-nilly and experiencing and living in the moment. What you been on that lavender again?
No, even when I worked in the mainstream world, sometimes you had to just stop and smell the roses.
Right.
Or the lavender, or the patchouli, or the,
Right. I got you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, any other thoughts, Miss Bell, that you have on, are we living towards, are we chasing money, or are we really seeking out our happiness? Are we really seeking out our destinies?
Well, can you riddle me this? Don't you think having your health is wealth?
I think to most people, yes, right? But then I think you have some people who look at it as a quality of life, right? Some people feel like, when I'm going to get older, I don't want to be old and just there and existing not for, not really able to live the life I want to live. So some people want to die younger. Some people say they want to leave a young corpse. What is the saying? I'm here for a good time, not for a long time, right? That's what they say. So, I mean, some
Just
people
like some people are a chapter and some people are a book.
Right, absolutely. Some people are a mini series. Okay.
Some people are drama soap opera.
Right. Some of that shit don't stop.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, so yeah, okay.
Listen, I'm not so cut and dry to think that everything is rose-colored glasses and it's all like la-di-da-di-da. But sometimes it's just stepping back and making sure that you're choosing a road or a path that you're wanting to do, not that you're pushing yourself to feel like you don't know where it's ever going to end in not such a great way.
Right.
You know, because if you keep pushing the goal line, it can stress you the fuck out. And I've been on some journeys where that train ride, I didn't know whether I was going to see the light at the end of the tunnel or some of the bullshit I went through.
That sounds like.
And that's the reality of things.
That sounds like somebody's. Somebody. Whenever we do Sunday night confessions again, that sounds like somebody owes a confession. Somebody got a bellism and a confession for a Sunday. That's what it sounds like to me.
Y'all know my story. I'm good.
All right. I hear you. Okay, well, that's a bit.
That's nothing I'm afraid to say because I'm not going to tell you anything that I don't want to let the world know.
No, we gotta pry it out of you.
I don't think I'm that evasive, but okay.
You don't think that could be a Den show episode in itself, Miss Bell?
Really,
Yeah.
I'm that evasive.
I would say I would. You have there are certain topics, and I don't know.
My daughter's laughing in the background.
It's a few folks, and I don't know how many Den folk, original Den folk we got in here who really know. I'll do a quick poll. For those of you who know, if I don't know your name, I ain't counting your vote. Do you believe that Ms. Bell is evasive in some of her answering? 0 for no, 1 for yes. Me personally, it's not even that. It's not necessarily evasive on everything. It's certain topics that you will
straddle the fence rather than taking a stand.
And sometimes not even. It's not even straddling the fence. It's a light finesse.
I'll get you later.
A light fandango amongst the words. You know what I'm saying? How you just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yeah, I hear you. You know, you didn't did some verbal gymnastics. I ain't mad at you, but yeah, no. There are some topics. I'm not gonna tell you because then you're gonna be aware of them. There are some topics you're a little evasive on. I would say that. It's not terrible, but there are certain
There's a few
topics.
I'm a lot evasive on, and I'm okay with that.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean that I don't have authenticity and integrity with what I say either.
Right.
Because that is my truth.
Right.
Definitely slick.
Right. I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Look, it's you just got to be aware. See, to the untrained ear, you know what I'm saying? They don't understand. They're like, okay, Miss Bill, I get it. And but see, to the untrained
it's
ear,
giving benefit of the doubt. It's seeing both sides of the coin, and you choose. In this way, you make that decision. I'm just throwing it out there. If you catch it and you make it, then it's your choice. I'm good.
I hear you. I'm picking up what you putting
I own
down,
all
Miss
my
Bell. I
shit.
hear you, baby. But all I'm saying, sometimes all you got to do is just, sometimes it's about you and your personal opinion, not necessarily this side or that side. Sometimes we want to know, what does Southern style Sweet Tea Bell think? And it does, and nobody's going to be mad about your opinion, you didn't survive some.
By the way, I think I decided that I like shrimp Creole a little better than jambalaya or gumbo.
What?
Sorry, I know that was off the wall. I was thinking about that the other day.
You're going off that lavender. Pecan, what are you dreaming about?
I know, squirrel, but.
Shut up. Okay, my bad. Dog over there having dreams in the background, pardon me. It's like little landmines.
Peanut and pecan?
Yeah. See, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. I was thinking about this very incident. Y'all don't even know what just happened, right? I was thinking about this very incident walking the dogs earlier. And I said, somebody's going to call him Pecan. And it's Pecan. It's Pecan. 'Cause I know the different dialects, and I know the different all of that. That might work for the little nuts in the trees. All right? That's Pecan. All right? Sir Pecan.
That's cool. I grew up with calling it pecan, but Florida and Alabama had always called it pecan, so I got used to the bad habit of that.
See, yeah.
So when you get a bunch of Southerners having it in your ear, that's the one you tend to take.
Man, I don't know where
but it was always pecan ice cream.
But that's odd to me because I always felt like I thought the pecan was like a northern East Coast more type thing than the South, than in the South.
Right, but I heard pecan in the South so much that that's what I was indoctrinated with and couldn't get away with that. I mean, when you get all these shops selling those types of nuts, it's like, and I called it pecan. So I hear you. Okay. I think Texas, they do call it pecan too, don't they?
Right. It's a pecan. I got your back, pecan. Don't worry.
There you go.
I want no pecan slander, even though I barely like you as it is, but no pecan slander will take place. I got you, little puppy. No, that's crazy though. I don't know why I even thought about that earlier today, and it's funny that happened.
We just say squirrel and let it go.
Right. No. But yeah, okay. Well, that's a bit. Any other thoughts you have there, Ms. Bell? Any other things you want to speak on the topic tonight?
No, I'm good. I'd love to hear from somebody else. Okay. We got a few good people that can call in tonight.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see what they talk about.
Let's see if they can accept the challenge.
All right. Well, that's a bit. And my apologies for the bot being broken this evening. It should work in the Discord, but I don't know what happened to the YouTube. So no YouTube shenanigans with the bots this evening, y'all. My apologies.
And I called in, so I'll get a few extra nuts maybe.
All right, I got you.
Thank you. All right, have a good night.
All right, you too, Miss Bell. The bell has rung. Thank you for calling in this evening. So, Miss Bell says it's not about the money. It's about the memories. It's about the moments. The feelings that we feel. I don't even think that's the lyric, but that was my rendition. Like I say, it's kind of weird, man, because I'm not a hippie. I don't have a problem with hippies. Like I have no real. I actually find hippies very fascinating, very, very, very fumigating and very fascinating. But I find them very interesting, right? Like, not so much on the free love stuff, maybe, because that's what do they call that, communicable diseases and things. But it's like the peace, love, hippie stuff. Like I said, I'm trying to work on really, right? You gotta get out the mix. Like we why can't we? I do sound like a fucking hippie. Love first, man. Just love, man. No, it's not even that. It's just, why don't we approach things positively anymore? You know what I mean? And so my deal is just like getting back to that. Like you can let the world really dim you out, man. Like you can't do that. You gotta make a choice to be like, you know what? I want to look at the bright side. Even when they get real crazy, those people are like, oh, fuck, look at this chocolate counselor thinks he's a fucking life coach. Your little hat ain't even on straight, nigga. How do you fucking tell us how to live our lives? But it's just like, man, I think we got sold a mythical version of freedom, right? And don't get me wrong, like I'm not anti-capitalist. I'm not, right? Like I like the things money can do, right? But you know what's also really interesting? You know what's really interesting? This is why some people just hate certain people, and I get it. I fucking get it. But have you ever seen somebody mouthpiece something that you had to spend money? Not like that. I like that. That probably sounds. I forgot this new day and age. They're like, well, Huncho, what are you talking about there? But you're like something you had to pay for that somebody else finessed just verbally, not even like lied about, just talk their way into, right? Just, and I'm not even talking about like dealing with women or anything like that. Just, maybe you have, maybe you haven't, right? Or just in a situation that maybe got entry into a place that normally you wouldn't. Maybe it was just whatever. Like just that person just kind of moves a little differently, right? But what the fuck is that? My bad. What the fuck is that? But you can't buy that, right? Like you can't buy it. You either got it. So it's like it's a different feeling. Forgot where the fuck I was going with that, but yeah, it's just that people have to get out of that love of money, like things that money can get you. But if you can talk your way into those things versus having to spend money, that's where I was going with that. Y'all give me just a little bit. I'll always find my way back. I'm like a lost puppy. Well, like a well-trained puppy. Puppies are puppies. They don't really know where the fuck they're going. But like to have that ability, like to talk your way into something that a normal person would have to pay for. Like that's another level of game. Like, and again, like I said, I'm not talking about finesse. I'm not talking about manipulating. Just a different ability, right? Anyway, getting back to happiness, what is it? Do you think that people who crave success, like what is it about people who crave the materialistic thing? And I'm not knocking it. If you do, cool. I'm gonna be honest, like, and it probably sounds crazy, but I don't. People think I'd probably, if I was to like ask the $100 million question, and I'll throw it to everybody in the chat. If you had $100 million, if I dropped $100 million into your bank account tomorrow, and you woke up, you're like, God, shit, I gotta go to fucking work. Let me check my notifications. You check your notifications, and you see bank or whatever your punk ass bank is, and and there's a notification for $100 million. They're probably gonna call the police on you, but anyway. After you get through that investigation with the $100 million and you're all settled, like what are you spending that $100 million on, man? Like what would you hey, why don't y'all tell me I didn't have the line up? Why didn't y'all tell me I had a line open? I'm just sitting here like an asshole. How you doing, the lovely Miss K Grace? The bot is out of bot juice already. Something took place last night, and I guess it ran it up this morning. And so, to collect your dailies and everything, got to do it in the Discord this evening. But it's good to see you. It's good to see you. So the question, like I said, is if you had $100 million, right? If you were presented this $100 million, I dropped it into your account, and once you got done with the fraud investigation, they found out it was legal money. You had $100 million to access. What would you do with that? I honestly don't think I'm not gonna sit here and say I couldn't spend. I could spend it. Like if I was just to be stupid and frivolous, yeah, I could spend. I'm just gonna, but I don't even think that like I wouldn't even feel good doing that, right? I can't even think anything stupid enough that I would want to waste that kind of money on. But right, but like I think I would run out of ideas. Like I would run out of. That's why I say I would probably give it away. Like there's not, other than seeing some places, having some experiences, some shit like that. Like, and I know it's crazy. People, you wouldn't $100 million. Give me $100 million. I'll do a backflip into the Grand Canyon type shit. Like, man, look, I don't. But I'm not saying that I wouldn't want to have it. I'm absolutely not saying that I wouldn't want to have it, right? But to spend $100 million, $100 million, to spend $100 million and, not in a frivolous way. What was that? No, that wasn't Brewster's Millions. What was the movie where the motherfucker had to spend the money? And some of y'all who maybe, if anybody's just listening, what is this? What is this profane Negro? This profane man just cussing, and he's just profane. I promise it's not all that bad. TD. Nigga. You say you driving this bitch home tonight? Let's see. Shout out to Trill. Let me see Delta. I don't know if I shout out to Delta earlier. Good to see you. Beyonce's mom killed Gumbo. Beyonce's mom, Gumbo, could have possibly killed people. Let me not say that for real. Oh, get it with a strike. You're spreading false information about somebody's mother. You should be ashamed of yourself. That woman is a queen. All right now. Tricking off on them? Absolutely not. Do you You gotta look. I'm not even gonna say it, right? Because let's be real, right? I would not be in places like that where those type of women reside, right? Just because of all the dubious behavior that surrounds those type of women, you know what I mean? You got to be real careful, man. So I would not be tricking off on them hoes. I'm not gonna go out like nobody's favorite rapper. I'm not. It's not going down like that. Like nobody would know. I'm saying. Like you couldn't. I'm not gonna buy a bunch of name brands for what? I'm fucking stupid, dumb, rich. Like why would I buy that shit? To impress who? I'll buy you. You get on my nerves, I want to buy you and send you overseas. I'm buying human slave. Like, but on some real shit, and I wouldn't do all that. But it's just like, well, you don't understand how no, absolutely not. Like, absolutely not. Because the thing about it, it would be, I would have to go have some adventures, some experiences. It wouldn't be about stacking up collections. I wouldn't care about collecting no shit. I'm not finna go buy no bitch no bag. For what? I'd rather go fucking fund somebody's small business, you know what I'm saying, with no expectation of a return. Like, I'm gonna do some dumb shit like that. Hell no. Hell no. Do you understand how? Do you understand? Like, if I had 100 million, it would be very difficult. Like, I know I'm very nice and social and polite, not nice, polite and social and things here. But if I had $100 million, just I'm not even saying I would stop. I wouldn't stop doing the den. Like, I would. That's probably where a good chunk of money. The den would definitely be. The den would be turned up. The sauce would be turned. It would go to having some fun with that. That would definitely be a thing. But anything after that, anybody after that has come in contact, it would be very hard to make friends with me, right? I wouldn't. That's what I said. I wouldn't even say nothing. I wouldn't. And you really couldn't even tell people because people don't get real funny with you. People will get real funny with you, right? Like you got to be really careful. People do crazy things for money, man. And I would rather a life with very little to none having, adventure experience. And that's why I say I see where Bell's coming from, man, because the motherfuckers who fucking with you when you dead broke, that's motherfuckers who fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Or they may just be down bad with you, broke ass. But, it's like, it's a situation where when money's in the picture, that's why I say, like, you see celebrities. Like, that's why I don't see how you get in celebrities, because like, I don't believe nothing that happens on TV or none of that shit, because it's a bunch of people with money getting, like, it's not real. It's not you, bumping into a bitch in the library, hey, you shooting your shot, you get your number. It's not you, you know what I'm saying, in the parking lot at the grocery store, you see something you like and you shoot, you say and then y'all building a foundation, a relationship and building it into something or whatever it may be. Some of you niggas, you need to be finding hoes at the club and be wondering why the shit don't work. That's on you, Jack. Absolutely. That'd be, let me see. I don't know what they would call it. We're gonna come up with a name before it's all said and done. But yeah, I wouldn't, there's not like, I go test drive supercars and things like that. I wouldn't want none. And most of them motherfuckers are uncomfortable for bigger people anyway. Right? Like, if you see kind of like taller people getting like, I've got in a Corvette is the most uncomfortable car I've ever gotten. And it wasn't a newer one. So I'm not gonna say I don't know, maybe they've adjusted things. But in the past, when I was younger, I rode in Corvettes, and it was just like, this is the most uncomfortable. I drove this motherfucker. It was oh my God. Oh my God. Like, you know, whatever. Is that's your thing, that's your thing. But I just, I would rather just see things. I'd rather, like, I'd rather go, well, I don't know, you got to be careful because, you know, some of them countries and people might rob you. You ain't even got to be a rich American. But I just go see life, man. Like, I just go see how other people live. You know what I mean? And then if it's something cool, you like leave a bunch of money so they level up, and then you be like off in a night like the Grinch and be gone. I'm not saying take nothing, just, you know, and the Grinch was real stealthy at night. You know what I'm saying? So that type of shit. But indecent proposal. I told y'all, Miss Belden took an extra long soak in that lavender oil. She put the lavender essential oils in the water. She let it soak in. She ran the bathtub, water extra hot. You know, she sunk down real low and got like to her nose and right here, and just so it just right on the surface level, and you just getting all that aroma. She got real relaxed. She over there making indecent proposals. I'm just saying. Watch out there now. Nah, but I'm so mad the fucking bot didn't work. That's crazy, man. I couldn't do shit with it today. It was some very, very unfortunate stuff, right? So, would you trade where you're at right now? Would you trade your peace of mind for more income? Right? I'm not saying that you're just going to go crazy, but if you just had an opportunity that you knew would be beneficial, that you knew would be lucrative, that you knew would be a nice little personal stimulus, a little stimulus to your wallet, but you knew that it just meant you taking a temporary period of stress, right? You gotta go through a little mode to get through the door, you know. But you know, you permanently leveled up. You're in another position, you know. Now you have to address me different. A lot of people, and I think America pushes that mindset a lot. And there's nothing wrong with it, honestly. There's nothing wrong with it either way. Like, that's why I say you just kind of got to decide, like, if I want to have the finer things in life and own the finer, I understand that. It's just me. I know why. Well, I ain't going to dive into that because it's change the whole mood of shit. But gots to come down, man. It gots to come through. Oh, WTMFD, who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
What up? What up?
Ah,
The polygamist.
the polygamist. Is that what you said? I'm sorry.
Yeah, man.
Did I mishear you? I'm sorry. Did I misunderstand you? Did you say a polygamist?
Yeah, man, true. See, one thing about I know how you get down. I know some things about you that most people don't. You're not gonna pull the wool from my eyes, huh? I know you.
That I am a polygamist.
Yes, Hunter. Yes, sir.
I'm looking at these, you know, I gotta take Trill's privileges away. He should not be allowed to post pictures on the stream. What, you know, we'll talk about that. We'll get to that, right? So, Mr. D Love, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing all right, Hunter.
Okay,
It's good to talk to y'all.
Good, absolutely. Every day that we get to talk to you is a blessing. So, I'm going to ask you a question. Well, tonight's topic: do you think people are chasing more money and sacrifice? I actually, this topic is partially inspired by you, right? Because you talked about generational wealth, right? And you know, doing what you got to do to achieve that, right? Was that kind of something we kind of talked about, some along those lines?
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
And so, you know, and I was thinking about kind of my little rant, and so I'm just like, well, are people really, you know, do people want money for the sake of money, or are they is that really their happiness? Is the things that money can buy, or are people being duped into that? Because you see a lot of people who do find success, who get a lot of money. You see people who reach the peak, the pinnacle, and either they lose it all, they crash out, or the money doesn't really stop the depression or whatever they're going through, right? So, do you think more people are pursuing? And again, don't let me make it like money is all negative. Because money can be the exact. It can be great if you know what you're doing. If you're using it as a tool, it could be miraculous. So let me not twist that. But do you think more people are being pushed towards money more so than their dreams, or do you think more people's dreams are of money?
Yeah, I would lean towards the latter. I think people are being pushed towards money. As far as what money can buy,
Right.
I'm not even sure that people know exactly what they want. I think they're mostly being influenced by the media. The Because look, I'm of the opinion that the average man wearing can't really tell you what they like about the Jordan.
So they can't tell you what they like about the
For
Jordans?
example, it's just like, no,
No, I'm sorry. Did you say the average man can't tell you what they like about what was that? I'm sorry.
a pair of Jordans.
Mm.
They couldn't tell you what they like about it. Yeah.
Mm.
Other than the fact that, well, exactly.
Mm.
Just based on marketing. I mean,
Right.
you understand how marketing works.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's miraculous. It's a good marketer can write himself a paycheck.
So for sure. To answer the question, I don't. I think people are being driven to chase money, but that doesn't entail they know exactly what they want, as opposed to what they've been told they want.
Mm. Why do you think that is? Why don't you think more people have a solid idea of what it is that they really want? And they're so easily influenced. And yes, it's D-Love. It's
that could
computer
be
love, for those who are asking.
it could be a variety of reasons. I don't think the average person thinks for themselves generally.
Mm.
So, I mean, I don't know. Once again, I mean, you see tons of commercials during NFL games, and there for a specific reason. I mean, it's called commercial for a reason.
Right.
That you don't even think about.
How much of this do you blame on the American school system? Do you think that is a part of the reason why people can't think, or is it something even more than that?
Yeah, no, I give a good 80% towards the school system.
80. 80. I think 80 is a large number, right? Because how much of that do we put on the parents as well, right? Because you got to educate the kids before they get to school as well.
Well, here's the thing, though. Yeah, you can put it on the parents, but how much do the parents spend with their children as opposed to the school?
Right. But again, and that brings us back to our whole conversation full circle, right? Are we seeking riches or are we seeking happiness? Because there are people who choose to deviate and say, hey, man, I might have to sacrifice a little money. It might be a little tougher, but I'm going to teach my kids. I'm going to homeschool my kids. I'm going to make sure my kids get a proper education instead of being over there with maybe a school that has some weirdos or some weird shit going on, right? So I'm going to get hands-on and educate my child versus I'd rather go get the money so that, somebody else can get hands-on with my child and take that time that I should be spending with, or that I could be. Let me not say should because people have to make their decision, but that I could be spending with them. It's an opportunity cost, right? So it kind of comes all the way back full circle. Like, what are we willing to give up for a certain type of lifestyle?
Yeah, there's an opportunity cost for everything.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. So, and there are people who are willing to make that investment, but the average parent is sending their children to a private school or a homeschooling even.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's kind of what swayed my answer. Is just I'm looking at it from the global or at scale, really.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the average parent is sending their children to a private school and or homeschooling.
Correct.
So the public school system, it takes precedent over a lot of values. Look, I don't know. Try not to make this too political, but if any one of y'all would watch, you know, some of the clips from Kirk or the Turning Point USA, they would debate a lot of college students. And, if you would listen to a lot of those conversations by ear without, even knowing who's having a discussion, I don't think a lot of y'all will be able to determine that these kids based on some of the stuff they say and all that. And a lot of that is due to the fact that the school system takes precedent over a lot of values, like I said.
Right.
Yeah.
So you said Turning Point USA. So you're one of those blacks.
Watch them all the time. It's just some of the stuff that pop up on my feed sometimes. Maybe a short.
That's exactly
here and there.
That's exactly what one of those blacks would say. Yeah, very interesting. Okay. Well, I got a question for you. Huh? I'm sorry, sir.
No, go ahead.
I'm just making sure. What do you think personally? That's a crazy question. What is the biggest sacrifice you've made in pursuit of financial success?
The biggest sacrifice I made in pursuit of financial success. That's the question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that will time.
Time.
I sacrificed a lot of time in exchange for, financial security. And I say time because, time is easily the most valuable asset afforded to all of us.
So, looking at that situation now, would you make a different decision if you had a different option, or would you take the same route that you took before, sacrificing that time?
And I'll take a different route. I try to preserve as much time over money.
Do you think you have different knowledge now that allows you to take a different route than you would have taken back then?
Yeah, I think I got better knowledge, more wisdom.
Wisdom, yes.
Because I'm not fully content with where I'm at right now. Based on a lot of the decisions I made in the past. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So we kind of briefly touched on this earlier. I got another question for you, and that is, does social media pressure people into chasing a lifestyle that they don't actually want?
From a general perspective, yeah, it seems to be that way.
But if
I'm not on social media.
Oh, you're not on social media?
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say because
I'm not on.
Well, that's a good thing. Oh, but my bad for interrupting. But what I was saying is that it seems as though you see everybody doing the same thing. Somebody sees one person kind of do something original. Everybody mimics it. Everybody copies it. Like everybody's like little lemmings, and but you see these people and they don't look happy, or even, kind of with the younger generation, when people compare it to the older generation of people who actually went out, they just sit in the club and they just stand. So people are out, again, in a day and age where there's so much more access to everything. It seems like people are, just still doing kind of copycat stuff, still doing the same old thing.
Definitely. I think the goal for most people is to achieve as much reward by putting in the minimum effort. And that's apparent by what you just said. People doing a lot of kind of like a copycat lead. It's like monkey see, monkey do.
Right.
I think when it comes to a lot of social media, especially streaming, YouTube, or some of the social media platforms that offer the more payouts, you see people trying to copy, those at the top who is reaping a lot of the benefits.
Right.
And maybe I can't fully blame them for that. It's a success methodology, but
But
as time goes on, you see, huh?
I don't know, but I feel you though. Like, but the thing is, it's almost kind of like the drug dealer and the drug, scenario. And it's like, yeah, if I copy this person though, because people like this particular content, they might not, they might stop liking that, but they like that style of content. So somebody else does it, and they reap as opposed to maybe them trying to be original. Because again, we as Americans, we just talk about everybody's a copier, right? So we don't really do original stuff. We don't appreciate the unique. We don't appreciate the people who really put time into their craft or things like that. So, this person skyrockets, and by mimicking somebody else's content, like I get the benefit of it. Would you rather be unknown, and never shine, never be seen, but be original, or be financially successful, but kind of deal with maybe I'm not myself. Maybe I could go back to myself. I might lose some audience. Maybe I go back to whatever it was I was doing. But which is better?
I think the first is always better. I mean, I always like the fortune without the fame. People may think they like money, and so this is usually what I see: people who think they like money until they accumulate it, and it comes with a lot of stuff, unwanted attention, and you begin to see who people really are.
Right.
And we talked about this briefly another time about winning the lottery and the negative effects from that. But I'm not somebody who needs to be known for anything. I just need the fortune, generational wealth, like we talked about.
As long as you know you got it, you good. You don't care what nobody else thinks.
I think you said this earlier. The money should be viewed as a tool to get what you want.
Right.
You don't need to chase money because it's really money come and go. It's like, what, isn't it fiat currency?
Yeah, currency.
You know what I'm saying? Who's really determining the value of the dollar?
Right. Money comes and goes, so do hoes and clothes. Let me see. Yeah, but you're right though about the currency thing, and that's the thing too. I think people who try to hoard it, people who not understand that you're supposed to let it flow. Like you said, supposed to let it flow. It's currency. People use words, they name certain things for a reason. Words are important, and you point out something very valuable. What does currency do? Flow. When properly positioned, it can flow and it can do very powerful things, right? So it's the same thing with the financial currency. So you're absolutely right about that. So if
I don't
you,
see how.
I'm sorry.
I'm about to say I don't see how money could be more valuable than what knowledge, wisdom, or time. Because you can use all three of those components to generate money. So what were you about to say?
Right. So I'm going to say, what would be the amount for you to have, or in your possession, for you to stop wanting to accumulate more money?
There's no amount of money that'll make you want to stop accumulating money. So if you put $100 million in my bank account, sure, that could potentially retire me. That could stop me from working, but that'll entail a new challenge. And that challenge would be, well, how do I maintain the money, or how do I scale it, or whatnot? You'd be surprised at how quick stupid people can blow through that much money.
Oh yeah.
It might not be overnight, but
Huh? Yeah, maybe not overnight. It might take about a week. It don't take long. It may not be that fast, but it don't take that long. God damn it, Pop.
All I'm saying is I never accumulated that much money, so I'm gonna need to know how to maintain it. What to invest in, and that side of the playing field.
So you're saying that there's no one. There's no amount that would make you say, you know what, I'm good. I have enough to do whatever it is I want to. Or are you building for, like you say, generation? So you're building for generations down the line. You don't care what it takes. It's the end goal is the high score.
thing is, how many generations would that be able to last? There's a
Mm,
study that say,
I'm sorry. What?
yeah, I think there's a study that say what, 75% of the wealth passed down doesn't survive their following generation.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, but it doesn't matter though, 'cause we only got about 10 years for money to be relevant anyway. So,
Yeah,
uh,
that's crazy.
so I mean, but yeah. That's what Elon Musk said. He's like, hey, in about 10 years, AI gonna be running everything. It's gonna be doing all the tasks. Robots gonna be doing all the tasks. Ain't nobody gonna be working. You know what I'm saying? They're saying so shit. If we're not gonna need money, what are we gonna need money for? If we can't work, it's gonna change hands. It's gonna be very interesting. But okay. Let me see. I think I asked that one already.
I'm good right now. AI, I work with AI.
Mhm.
It's pretty dumb. Or I mean, at the best, AI is not any wiser than the people that program it. What I'm saying right now, so that might be off in a distant future.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people talk about AI and how it's gonna take over some stuff. They can't even remember a conversation we had 5 minutes ago.
Man, I don't know. I think that AI can do some very surprising things. I just think it matters. Excuse me. It matters which platform you choose because because it's some. Even if not in just the building aspect, it's just the stuff that's going like. Did you see the little Mexican lady, the like grandma or whatever, and she was doing the little I don't know what you call it, that little circle moonwalk thingy, whatever, and it looked so fucking real, right? It was going viral. It looked the reflection in the back of the television, everything was immaculate. It looked like a real video, right? My only question was because of her body type is what made me question that she could really do that, right? Because I believe that a person who could dance like that would be much more active. So I feel like she would have looked a little bit different. Um, that was the only thing that made me believe it was AI off the bat. And I found a real video, whatever. But what people are able to do, and with it being able to understand itself and the thing, I think that it's going to its ability to increase. It's multiplying. So I think it's going to be sooner than we would like to believe. And then part of it too is the people who are in charge of making those that don't even know. They have no fucking idea. I don't know if you heard about the company. It was like it was an Indian company that were AI, and they found out it was just like 700 fucking Indians typing for the shit, and they were calling that shit AI, and that shit got like $1.5 billion valuation. Like the people who know don't know shit. They're just throwing money at shit, and then I think people are going to put that shit into certain places. They're going to implement it too fast. And it's going to be bad for all the rest of us. But it is what it is.
I'm not saying the average person. I'm not saying AI is not smarter than the average person. I'm just saying it could only go as far as the people programming it can do it. And look, there are exceptional people that could actually augment AI to do some crazy stuff. But yeah, look, I'm not arguing with that. I'm just saying, and I'm not saying that they're going to cease from advancing AI. I'm just saying it can only go as far as the people programming it propels it to do.
What happens when the AI meets the robo-hose?
I'm pretty sure they're doing that right now.
No.
They say sex sells.
I think it's really going to be a problem. I think that's going to be the GTA 6 is going to be a huge problem. People are going to be able to live playing that game for a couple of years. They ain't going to want no relationship. It's going to be fuck everything. But then when they get the robo-hose right, it's over with. It's all downhill. Monthly installments will probably be cheaper than being in a dating game. So I could understand it, but I wouldn't do it.
With these sex robots, I mean, I know one existential problem I could see is how it's going to negatively impact the dating culture.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Everybody hates everybody. The men hate the women hate the men. Why not get with the robots? Right? No broken homes, no unhappy people. Everybody wins.
And a lot of modern women gonna be upset. Because I mean, look, it'll be. It won't be much of a reason to trick when you can just get a robot. I mean,
Right. You
the
think
most tricking they'll do is like buying a robot, huh?
you think niggas gonna be picking robots up off the corner? Like they gonna have like robot prostitutes? Like would that be illegal? You know what I'm saying? Like if they had robot prostitutes and they just put them on the corner, like could you pimp a harem of robot like that can't be against anything, right? Like I know niggas doing weird shit. That's on them because they're weird, right? I just put the robot there, so whatever they did with the robot, they're the weird ones. You know what I'm saying? If the robot sends me crypto for whatever transaction they're gonna profit off that, they're the weird ones, right? Like is that wrong? Would pimping robots be a bad thing?
I mean, I don't see why it would be wrong in the eyes of the law. Because I mean, what's wrong with pimping a robot? You ain't harming the woman. I mean, I'm trying to figure out why prostitution would be illegal today. Not that it would be moral or ethical,
Right.
but I'm not really sure why it's illegal in the eyes of the law today.
Right. I have a few ideas. Right? People who make the laws are dumb. You know, it would definitely have a financial impact that would negatively benefit the government somehow. That's the only way. If they can make more money off of it, they would. If it's working in Vegas and shit, they would. But you know, it is what it is. But that's the crazy thing, though, because we got politicians who say no, then go back behind the scenes and do the shit. But it is what it is. It is what it is, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's the hardest thing to replace?
Oh, I got a question.
Oh, what you got? What's that?
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question. Let's say you take Bill Gates and strip him of all his resources and put him in any city, you know, in a high-class city.
Right.
And then you take your average meth head off the street and give him $100 million. Who is richer between those two?
It's still Bill. Well, it depends. How bad is this meth head on meth? Let's talk about this first. Like is he on like homemade meth? Is he on the good shit? Like, you know, because there's like levels to meth, and so we got to figure that part out first, and then you know, like prime Bill or like right now Bill, it's kind of frail looking. You know, these are important factors. Right?
Now let's get a bill 20 years ago. Let's get a bill 20 years ago, and a meth head on any level of meth.
Oh, prime Bill versus kitchen sink meth, man. Bill gonna smoke him every time, right? I mean, prime meth man's gonna lose every time. He's just really going on a decline. I tried to find a reason to root for him over just because I just don't want to root for Bill, but prime meth man, it's purely subtraction, right? Like Bill is gonna continue to add. He's gonna be back on his level in, you know, a couple of months, if not less. Meth man got 4.5 months, 4 months and 8 days, 4 months, 8 days in 6 hours to be exact, before he loses it all. In a series of just bad decisions. Like the last little bit, he's gonna realize like he lost a significant amount of money. He's gonna go try like to gamble it. He's gonna try to win it all back in a big chunk. He's gonna really lose it. Like, he's gonna go out super sad with no meth. So yeah, it's
they do that. That's what I'm saying. Like it really ain't about the quantity of the dollar bill you got. It's you know, it's maintained or lost based on the wisdom you have to maintain it.
Okay.
As the money, fiat currency, it comes and goes.
Jim, what's the motherfucking deal? Yeah, okay. What's the hardest to replace? Lost money, lost time, lost health, or lost relationships?
Lost money, lost time, lost relationship,
and lost health.
And the question is, which one is worse?
What's harder to replace?
Oh, I mean, time is impossible to replace.
Right.
Uh, yeah, so I mean, I would have to go with time with that one because I mean, it's not easy replacing decline in health, but you can do all you can to maintain it. But well, once time goes, you never get it back.
But would you rather have more time in poorer health or have less time in optimum health?
More time for health. Yeah, that's a good one. So, what would less time and optimal health look like? Like somebody who's old and have. But I'm
So,
confused by that one.
so less time in optimum health meaning you are the peak of human fitness, but you only live for 30, 40 years, right? You just have a short lifespan, but it's the top of the top. Or you could live to 80, 90, but maybe you're a little sickly. Maybe you kind of got some ailments, maybe you got something that's kind of you're born with that, makes it a little difficult for you. Maybe you have some other kind of handicaps, you know what I mean? That make it a little bit difficult, right? Um, versus being able to be, the peak idea of fitness. Which would you rather have? Would you rather have that 40 years of peak fitness or, 80 years of a debilitating issue?
Yeah, as inconveniencing as it would be, of course, depending on how significant the debilitating issues are.
You get a placard. You definitely get a placard. You definitely get a handicap placard at the very least. It's and like a real one,
What? No, I'm gonna go with
not like a
that.
fraud one, not one you got from like your cousin, like a real one. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with the health with the limited amount of years
Mhm.
because I can't. I don't see the long-lasting benefit in just going through life and pain or whatever.
Right. And again, it's just these are all hypothetical. These are all scenarios. It's just
Yeah.
like I say, moving the den back to a place where instead of us arguing with each other, well, we still got to argue. I like arguing with each other, but just kind of where we think more about things in different perspectives. Because again, I think most people go, yeah, I want longevity, I want life, but what if you had a life that was limited versus a full young life? So I think there's just different ways of looking at things. You know what I mean?
Thing is, no, I don't think everybody wants life. Now there are people who have gratitude and that, but I think people want a decent quality of life. People who say they want life. I mean, that's good because they have a certain level of gratitude. You know what I'm saying? They're not chasing, per se, any materialistic stuff or anything like that. But no, I just think people are talking about a decent quality of life. I don't think anybody want to live life. But you know what? The irony of what I'm saying is, even people with going through debilitating issues, they can find gratitude in that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you know what? I don't know. Maybe I was too quick to answer the question, but I can see it from both sides. Actually.
Oh, no, nigga, no givesy backsies. No, your answer stuck like Chuck. It's up and it's stuck, baby.
Yeah.
But no, definitely. But no, I feel you. I mean, yeah, and that's my thing is that there are people who we may deem as, quote unquote handicapped and they probably live better lives than people that you would say are fully functional or however, or not limited or not, whatever, because they have a better perspective, right? The same way you talked about Bill, having the knowledge so he can get to where he needs to get versus somebody already having the assets, but they're a void. And so it's just gonna, they're gonna inhale, let, and waste it. Same thing is kind of it's how you view it, your perspective. Is your issue debilitating, or does it make you unique? Or how do you look at it? You know what I mean? So, I think it all comes down to perspective. All right, this is my last question for you. All right, do you consider yourself a happy person?
Okay.
Well, this is kind of a two-part question. I'm asking you this part of the question. Do you consider yourself a happy person?
Yeah, I mean, not to the fullest extent, because I think I place a lot of pressure on myself to be productive. Yeah, I don't really know how to answer that. I'll say no.
Hmm. Okay. Do you
The thing is,
know?
I think happiness is earned. So,
You think happiness is earned? Okay, that makes sense. So, what would it take for you in your mind to earn happiness? Now you've expanded the question. Now it's a different line of thinking. So, my original thought is different. But yeah. So, what in your mind? What was it? What does it take for you to earn happiness? How does one earn happiness? How do they achieve that?
yeah, earning happiness, like I said, I think it's earned. So, doing that, I think I would need to completely do away with any complacent habits in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just being able to deal with any setbacks.
You think you're David Goggins?
You know, no, I think he's a little cringy, but
Mm.
I respect his accolades.
David Goggins cringy to you? I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I respect his accolades, but no, he's a little cringy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
people.
Okay. Okay.
I
Well,
mean, this is moniker.
okay. Um. So if I said that I could make you, because to me it sounds like you want to be more efficient, more productive. I guess just increase your output overall. Maybe I don't know. That's what it kind of seems like.
Yeah.
Um. So if I said I could give you that, the what you envision in your mind as optimum computer love, right? And I'm thinking with the Dell computers. But I said you would have to give me 50% of your salary, but I could make you 100% D-Love. Would you take that offer?
No,
Why not?
I would not.
Wouldn't
Because
100% D-Love be able to make output so much more than current D-Love that it wouldn't actually be a loss?
I thought about that, but the way I see it is, um, anyone who is putting in the input deserve 100% of the output
Mm.
and anything that goes with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason I said no.
Okay. So you would rather take 100% less optimum than 50% at full efficiency.
I would rather get out of my own way and start just doing the 100% optimal work of the work. But for this scenario, yeah,
Okay.
I'd rather do that. I ain't giving my salary to nobody.
I feel you. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Any other thoughts? Any other things on your mind there, Mr. D Love, along with the topic that we've been discussing this evening?
No, I think I think we touched on everything. Yeah, but no, I'm good.
Okay. Well, as always, Mr. D Love, I do appreciate you calling in. I do appreciate you taking the time to speak with me this evening and share your thoughts and give us an opportunity to see how you process some of these things. So again, thank you for calling in, sir.
All right, take care.
You too. Shout out to Mr. D Love, man. Shout out to Mr. D Love. So some of you may have missed some questions. I had asked, if you had what did I say? What was the $100 million question? I forgot the $100 million. I don't pay no mind. I think I put on the wrong thing. Oh no, it was a $10 million question. How many of you, and just yes or no? Shout out to Jim, man. Man, look, I'm telling y'all, like to me, that's what it's. I kind of want to get like it's kind of hard for me to explain, right? Because it's kind of Even though I probably should have been put it all together and realized it, like it's just making more sense now, right? Like it's all coming together. Remind me to tell you guys later about the different planes. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Yeah, it's Lee. How you doing?
Mr. Lee. How you doing this evening, Mr. Lee?
I'm all right. Could be better, could be worse.
Right.
I just saw something kind of weird in the news today. The mayor's stepping down early
Yeah, people don't give up power
for his
like that.
third term. Huh?
I say people don't give up power like that just for no reason.
Ain't that crazy with the title of the show?
Hey, maybe he's not successful.
Think about it.
Right.
No, because he might be trying to do something. You don't remember them saying something about that like a few years back, around like from 2015 to 2017, kind of when he started his term, because they said that he was going from 2017, he's about to be on his third term, but he's leaving out early. Like somebody had told me to get a hold of him. And me and him interacted. I had showed him some of this stuff about my friend.
How do you respond to that?
Like he had the videos, audios. Remember I told you I had that video of my friend twirling around?
Right.
I got way more than that. I had way more than that.
That's crazy.
Remember I told you all of them chicks I was hanging up on me from out there in Texas and stuff? I got all of that recorded too and stuff. He seen a bunch of it. He didn't really do nothing, so that might be why he's stepping down. That might be a hint. Some other people might need to do that.
Yeah.
You know, because when you're wrong, you're wrong.
Right. Yeah, it's only going to be one of two things. Either you got some shenanigans on the table or you got some real health issues. But even then, usually they'll try to persevere through the health issues, you know. So usually it's
No, he looked healthy.
Yeah.
He looked young and spry.
There's only one other option there. That's unfortunate, man.
Like he's slim and trim.
Right.
he look like he eat his vegetables.
Okay. So, Mr. Lee, man, I've been asking some questions this evening, man. I want to get your thoughts. I want to get your perspective on some of these things, man. What is your definition of success? We know people all have different definitions. What is your personal definition of success? What does success mean to you?
If you can look yourself in the mirror, not feel guilty, not be having to step down early, you don't feel that it's your fault that some stuff happened to somebody and shit, you know.
Right.
You be able to keep your hands on whatever your creations are. Didn't have to have too many ghostwriters in it that you didn't pay. Like, it's okay to have a writer if, you know, you pay them or give them credit.
Give a man
I don't know. Like, if you could be upstanding, you know what I mean? Like, 'cause you don't got to be perfect. Just, you know, don't be a piece of crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically about that.
Right.
You know?
Right. I don't think
don't be trying to, you know, whatever you feel that you did screwed up, try to amend it, fix it, rectify it for certain people's terms. That's what they call it and stuff, you know?
Right.
People that's like, you know, trying to do the shenanigans and stuff, like they term for it is call it rectify themselves. They don't be telling their homies to rectify themselves when they need to be breaking some bread off and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you can't have your cake and eat it too, you know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of people that be doing that where they needed to be stepping down and stuff, you know?
Speaking of breaking bread.
Because think about it, you could have a whole bunch of papers and always have a resting bitch face. Who you know fit that bill?
Man, hey.
Think about it, you know, Mr. Clayton Bigsby and stuff that be having like 10 people in a sweatshop making music for him all the time and stuff, having them hunt on YouTube to steal other people's songs and whatnot. And he always looking mad, even when he got the big booty chick, everybody who wants for Christmas, all that goodness. And he mad, you know, trying to expose everybody every 5 minutes and stuff. You know, like think about that as a level of success. Really think about it. Everybody that people think was successful that kind of made black culture get put in the toilet. And then really think about where most of them been at. And think about how far back they was putting them in the spotlight after they bumped off like some of our legends. You know? Like think about like if Puffy the template for like black success, right?
Puffy was that nigga. That nigga.
but he that template because low key he put on Mr. Resting Bitch Face, Mr. Copycat, Mr. Clayton Bigsby, Mr. Goebbels or whatever the hell he won't be Hitler right hand man, his PR firm and whatnot and shit. You know, having Sneeko crash out and all of them. No, think about that crowd.
Right.
Think about that crowd. Like there was like 3 different people, all type of mix. Like a mixed Mexican dude that passed for white, some Tate brothers, what are they? 2 mixed dudes that's about to get extradited on some wild crap. Man. Everybody distancing from them and whatnot.
Right.
You know, like for real. Man, like, but all of them people was like,
that shit is weird, man. That whole environment is weird. Like, even though it may be things you say and they say that make sense. It's just the association. Like when
all
you
them
step
successful.
back, but when you step, are they? But I mean, I guess in their own right, yeah. But to me, it's like I wouldn't move the way that they move. Like it's different, you know. But again,
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, to each his own. I got a question for you though, Mr. Lee. You were talking about breaking bread earlier. So let's talk about some big bread. So if you got $10 million, but you had to lose 10 years of your life, would you take the money?
10 years of my life lost in the what capacity? For what? Like I got to be in the Hooskow? You know what I'm saying? Like I got to be breaking rocks and shit?
No, that's actually
like I got to be putting stuff, rocks and socks or some shit to hit people on the head up in the cell.
That's actually a good point though, right? Because you know, hey,
so
you're losing it. Like it might not just be 10 years of the end of your life cut off. It's like you lose it to the system, or you lose. That's a good perspective to look at.
Yeah, could it be like 10 years where I've got to be married to a girl that's like driving me nuts, cussing me out, acting like crazy, where she just like an embarrassment or something? Like, what do I have to? What's the negative part for the 10 years that I got to deal with and stuff? You know what I'm saying?
I'm owed some money somewhere. Then if that's the case, goddamn. But yeah, man. That's a good one. I think it would make me look at it differently. I would. If I was going to take the 10 million, I'd rather take the 10 years off the end of my life versus have to like do 10 years on a chain gang or some shit. You know what I mean? Like it's a difference. Like, cause like what if you had to do 10 years?
Yeah.
Like it's a
that's why I wanted you to specify.
Right. That's a great point, right? Because I didn't even think about that. Like this is what makes the den great, because people bring other perspectives and other. I didn't even think about that. That's tough.
Because it might be manageable.
Right,
it might be manageable. I might can put up, depending on what type of bitchy chick it is, I might be able to deal with it. Because like I said before, I could deal with some drama. I don't want to deal with skullduggery. So it just depends on what type of chick I'd have to be dealing. Like, you got to deal with a bitchy chick for fucking 10 years and stuff. Like, I might not want to be putting up with like a new version of Courtney Love, because like, you know, some people say she got rid of Kurt Cobain. So like, you know, that might be too much for me and stuff. But I might not want to be.
That would be terrible.
You know, get with Christian Rock.
That's terrible. Now let's
she's knocking her tooth out to go keep her tooth gone.
Let's call it this. Let's just call it fair score. Like you 10 years of your life is short. So let's just say your lifespan was going to be 80 years old, right? And then you drop to 70. Would you take that deal?
it depends on how stuff play out and stuff. Like, what's all, like, do I have the grandkids and stuff? Could I be sitting up like Don Corleone and stuff with some oranges with my grandson running around, and I lose them little magic moments and stuff? Or, you know, or is it like, you know, I didn't have no kids and it's all good, so it don't matter? It depends on.
You get the $100 million and you get to start at 21, so at least we'll give you drinking age in case you want to go out. So you get the $100 million. I mean, sorry, no, you get the 10 million and you start at the age of 21. That's not 100 million, it's 10 million. 10 million, age of 21, but you're clocking out at 70.
I guess it wouldn't matter then.
Okay. What if that date was moved up? What if you were clocking out at 60 instead of 70? Would you still take the money?
Because you could make it to 100.
Right. But
what if you make it to 100?
But like, what if they like the what was it? You seen Death Note? The Shimigami, and how they could see it when people would clock out, like when they could see their death date. You know what I'm saying? They knew when they was gonna be done. So like, what if when you you sign the deal for the 10 mil, he show you your death date, right? He's like, this is what happened. You signed for this 10 mil, you gonna clock out here, and so you see exactly when. You have a choice. You have an option. Would it be worth it? What could 10 mil do? You know, do you think? You know what I'm saying? Is 10 mil worth 10 years of your life? Straight up, $1 million for a year.
Depend on if you can flip it. You know what I'm saying? It depends on if you can flip it and stuff. Like, you know, if you planning on doing different stuff, you know, there's stuff that I could do. Well, I might be like, I wrote a script and I want David Arquette to play a certain character from one movie and stuff. So if I got the money, then I could be like F everybody else and stuff and just talk to him, do this and have this person do this and that, the other. I'm like, hey, go get this person, that person, get this camera, get that person, get that one goofy chick that's doing that ratchet shit. She done with that now. You doing interior shit for this movie, right? You know what I'm saying? Like fucking, like I'll be able to make it happen. Like, so, man. And plus, everything kind of suck. Like, it ain't like it'd be too much, like if everybody sucked and they sucking worse and the kid's about to be retarded, you know? Because I know shit about shit that people don't know. You know, they arrested I don't know if they arrested them, but you know they caught like 1,000 chicks that was cheating to become nurses around when that virus, that bioweapon got out. And they had a bunch of chicks. There was a few places. They was doing it in Florida too, but I
believe that.
Yeah, they was doing it a bunch of places and stuff. Right. That had me tripping too, because there was a bunch of sisters getting busted for that. And you know they always be acting like brothers ain't nothing. Y'all some broke bozos and this and that. But you be liking them bozos. All of y'all fucking the same two bozos. How the fuck like all of y'all tallying up? Screwing the same bozos and stuff, mad at everybody else, and then y'all cheating to be like y'all ain't even doing it.
But man, that's
like y'all ain't hitting the books. You chat GPT in it.
Chat GPT degree.
You don't know how to read.
Man, that's what they are. That's the crazy shit they are.
Goddamn, you don't even know how to type. Give us free typing in NetSpeak. You fucking ratchet.
But you know what?
You janky ratchet.
You know what the crazy shit is, Lee? Man, there's a broad out there somewhere. There's a dude out there somewhere too. Let me know. There's people out there somewhere who are flexing the degree that they got solely by using ChatGPT, and they're proud of it. They probably ain't gonna tell folks that they use ChatGPT, but they're gonna be sure to brag about the degrees they got. But I got a degree in this. People got away with that for several
college
years.
Level reading. You know, I had college level reading since fucking like kindergarten and shit.
Right.
Reading is fundamental.
Right.
I don't know what the hell is going on with all of this shit. Like, I do not understand. Like, okay, why the hell they sitting up there setting up shit? Because this is the thing. I'm intelligent, but I also can fight. My uncle was a boxer that killed 4 men in the fucking ring. So, like, I'm ambidextrous and shit, like, literally. Right. Like, I could be sitting up doing some Indiana Jones shit, but I could get into some action shit if I need to. Yeah, right. A lot of other people can't do that. They can't even take a punch. They get butt hurt if they get punched. They can't sit up and have a beer with you. Damn, you got the best of me and stuff. Like, laugh it off. They can't do that. They can't do that. Got too many emotions. Right. And they can't read. They can't read. They like functionally illiterate, degenerates, and arrogant on top of everything.
Right.
Like, low key, if a bunch of the elites is dumb as hell, but they scared of you, like, how do you think they gonna end up getting rid of shit? We got a bunch of people that can't read, can't do anything. They're not creative. They want to be all on AI and make a fake comic book. Steal the Japanese people's art. Steal this person's art. Steal this person's art. That's all they do. You can press a button and it'll write a book for you. Motherfucker, you gonna write a letter to me? You gonna write a love letter to me that nobody wrote? You're not telling me nothing? I don't know nothing about that letter I wrote to you. Like, what type of chicks are these?
Man, look.
I only talk to somebody that's right in front of my face. Bitch, what if your boyfriend in Japan? What if you got to text him?
Right. You
can't read, you can't write, you can't text.
Yeah, they voice text now. Everything. That's what I'm saying. This generation, and it's just. I mean, it's not even just this generation. I mean, because it's grown folks our age too doing it. They decided to get lazy. They didn't want to, It's
going down.
Yeah, and
but most of them never been doing nothing.
Right. These are folks who ain't read a book since they got out of school. Since they were forced to read books.
They got rid of everybody that could. They got rid of every damn body that was prolific or sidelined every damn body, and now they see an outcome of it. Like, people with degenerate ass songs where they all copycat each other and stuff, and everybody had the same fucking auto-tune sound, everybody had the same lyrics, and it's like, it's not even a style, it's a vibe. They got a vibe. They gonna get a vibe. Like, you know what I mean?
That shit back in the day did not fly. You couldn't sound like somebody else and get away with that shit. Like you just couldn't do it. Like, it was not acceptable. I remember when people were like sketchy on DMX and Ja Rule. Huh?
Remember when they'd have a posse cut,
right,
and it'd be like everybody could spit
right,
and do something raw?
Right.
And like, remember when they have coveted spots on the song, like 5 people do a verse and motherfucker, like, who's the last verse?
The last verse.
That verse was raw.
It gotta be the hardest, man. Look, it gotta be the best verse. It's gotta be the hardest verse. Like, if you don't have the best verse on the song and you on the last verse, you could ruin the whole song. You could ruin an entire song. No matter how good the niggas before you win. If you don't kill the last verse on a song like that, you can ruin a whole song.
All of that they threw down the garbage.
Right.
They threw away all the anticipation of some art. Like, they systematically did that shit. Like, they put a bunch of, like, replacements and shit. Like, people that's like, just whack juice and shit. Like, where it's like, this stuff like people never heard of that would have been amazing, right, and they got sidelined to some other shit. Like, it's just damn, people got robbed.
Man, that's what I'm saying though. Like, because I believe if people were truly free, right? Because I mean, we have abilities, we have opportunities. I don't believe we're truly free in the extent of free. And even if we were talking about free in the land of free, we've lost a lot of freedom. That's all, folks. A lot of freedoms. Even silently under our nose, even in the last couple of months, we don't even realize. But what do you look at? Like, if it was you right here, right, and somebody said, Lee, tomorrow I will give you the life you dream of, whatever you envision a successful life being. What was the visual that you see, or where do you see yourself? Would it be somewhere else different in the world? Would it be, well, how would you see yourself if somebody said you could have the life you wanted tomorrow?
Like, I'd be putting together different projects that I want to put together and shit, and get everybody that I think got talent that could do some shit so that they be able to fucking have their dreams fucking out there, and have some cool music or some cool art, some different short films, other different stuff like to be put together and shit. Like,
so
because
okay,
there's like a storyline that I wanted to, like, I told you that one damn actor and stuff, like, I saw him online and stuff, and I like ended up writing a script. Then I got kind of peed off and stuff because somebody tried to send me on a Link side quest. They was like, well, do a short. I don't fucking make shorts. Like, but then I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I know all of these chicks doing stupid, questionable shit, and I'm like, I swear to God, like, what if I told you, like, around November, December, I was like, I got warned, and they're looking for chicks, they trying to find who your girlfriend is to try to kill her. I'm like, really? Really? Okay. So like, okay, let me talk to every goddamn body and shit. Like, fuck it, y'all ain't gonna be able to do nothing to everybody. Then all of them came. I'm like, I know they damn family name.
Right.
I know these people, like the people that was stalking them popped up and shit. So like, I'm warning the chicks. I'm like, hey, chick, be careful. None of them listening. And I'm also like, you got talent. Would you like to make a short? There's a film festival that's coming up. You already doing stupid shit. You making stupid videos right now. Will you just, I got a script that I want to, imagine that being like herding cats.
Man, that's my thing, right? That's my thing. Somebody asked me earlier when I said my dream, I would rescue dogs, stray dogs, and why I wouldn't do it. You can't herd cats. You can't keep cats under control. They're renegades. They do what they want to do.
That's bullcrap though. That's bullcrap. One time, briefly, I dated a chick that taught me how you could basically snap your finger and get a cat to come backwards. Like she used to work with big cats. And she had like big ass cages like in her bedroom and shit because she wanted to steal the. I know she did. Like you could tell either that or she was doing some crazy SVM shit because she had cages big enough. She had bought 2 big, huge ass dogs. But that chick, she told me, she was like, it's about your mind. She's like, you have to visualize what's going on with the cats because a big cat could fucking eat you. So you have to mean what you're saying and act like it. So like, you know, like herding cats. Like, imagine, there's people that be messing with big cats. I screwed one chick that told me how to do certain cool shit. Right. So it shouldn't be that hard, at least for me.
Right.
Like, I don't know, other people might be having issues with it and stuff and everything, but like, no, like them, basically them chicks is ditches. It's like, I'm gonna give this episode to them too. Right. Like, y'all can get mad if you want to, you know, goddamn well, especially the one from Florida. You gonna get mad and shit. You beautiful as anything, but you hard-headed as F.
They always hard.
But still, I want to work with you.
Why they always so hard?
Like, still. Now, she got a reason to be bitter. If you saw that woman, girl, gorgeous. You know, she fucking, Marilyn Manson used to open for her.
Word?
Fuck yeah. He used to open for her. Like, all her tapes and shit disappeared off the planet and shit. So can't nobody even be acting like I'm a fucking anomaly and stuff with different shit. Right. Motherfuckers was player hating, trying to get rid of my shit on some just in case. What if he said something about what we did on fucking YouTube? Motherfuckers been fucking with my YouTube for fucking years. Yeah. Particularly about since when that dude was in office and just stepped down and shit out in fucking, you know? Right. I shouldn't say it and shit. It don't even matter. Tom McNamara stepped down and shit. Like, it's kind of suspicious, buddy. I gave you the picture of the bitch with the swastikas on her titty. You gonna you gonna fucking try to tell some nerds to delete shit on my fucking computer, you old knucklehead. How you know this fool gonna think like a boomer. Remember back when, like a couple years ago when all of the kids was talking about boomers. Like, for real, they tried to delete some shit. If I done gave it to you on Messenger, you can't delete it. It's up. It's gone. It's too late. Right. How you gonna? I'm gonna have a hacker try to do some weird shit and go on Google. You just got 3 other people in trouble and shit that don't want to get in trouble. Like low key and stuff. Like, what if I told you somebody was messing with my mail? The chick that was getting some of my packages and shit. Like, I pulled somebody's whole card. I was like, I ordered a book for $29. That book worth $140.
What is that?
Who the hell did it go to? I want to know. You guys can pinpoint exactly. Right. The people up at Amazon is like, it was the driver. Why the chick that was getting my mail came to my house with her daughter, and they like had to sit down with me, and somebody else that was getting my package was riding up and down the street with a sheriff and stuff sitting, and they all freaking the fuck out. This is like foreshadowing before so-and-so stepped down and shit. But it's like people don't be wanting to be getting in trouble for everybody. It's like the Kip Simpson channel. Think about how many white folks was like, I'm not getting in trouble for that black chick. So they all end up on Kip Simpson with bracelets on and shit. It's like that. Like, for real. Right. Like, I told you I'm like Sherlock Holmes and stuff. Like, hood Sherlock Holmes.
Man, that's a wild situation, man. But
yeah, chick came over and told me. She was like, yeah, paying people to spy on you. Like,
Ain't
what you
that like
spying on
that's
me
a
for?
federal offense though? Ain't like if they're playing with your mail though, right? That's a Fed crime, right?
Yep. That's a federal offense to be messing with the damn mail. And I ordered some of the shit shipping and stuff from one place, and the people that was involved with them, they told me to call they damn they PR. They told me to email they PR people, and they said they take care of me. That means that the people up at Walmart was sick of that bullshit because somebody was abusing authority. In fact, one dude out here, a deputy named Marino, he said when he used to work narcotics, he said Adam King might have worked out in Rockford as a FBI agent. And the funny thing is, like, the head of Dallas's human trafficking thing, he posted something on Facebook where me and McNamara was talking when I showed him the picture of the bitch with the swastikas on her titties. You know, they had that be part of my record thing. When they came to me, they was like, hey, you want a record deal? We want you to ghostwrite a song for this chick and make like a white girl underground version of a Nicki Minaj. I'm like, with Brittany Dasher, the bitch with swastikas on her titties? Like, you trying to blackmail me like Eminem? Because, you know, Eminem had a whole bunch of racist tapes out in Detroit.
Right.
Like, that's how he got on. Because there ain't no record labels in the Midwest, really. Like, we don't got no Master P.
Right.
We don't got no Jay Prince.
Right.
We just got, like, who we had? Lil Durk, you know? All of them indicted.
Oh, man.
Like, low-key, everybody that got put on the map and took off the map was people that accepted deals I turned down and shit. And people was like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, whatever. I'm entertaining even with nothing, though. Like, I'm fun. Like, this is the thing. All right, just here's a vision. Have you noticed that I can tell a story, be entertaining, crack jokes, freestyling off the top of my head?
Right.
Just thinking of some shit. What would a Rat Pack like back in the day? Have you ever seen any old footage of the Rat Pack back in the day? The Rat Pack guys were funny, and they could be doing music, having an instrumental playing, telling stories, goofing around with each other and shit. Well, you might see Johnny Carson. You'd be like, I saw Johnny Carson sitting all the time. I didn't know that he was able to sing. I didn't know that he was a musician. I didn't know that he was funny and he could tell a story and stuff, and him and Dean Martin could be acting a fool while Dean Martin sitting up drinking, smoking cigarettes, and they cracking jokes and having a ball. Imagine something like that being stole away from people. And it's another thing. I can do good verses and tear through somebody and not have to curse. I had somebody from New York, they was like hating, talking about, why you not cursing? What, you think you Will Smith? No, that ain't it.
Yeah.
He don't rap this hard.
Right. Man, look, we might have to set up a battle one day. We got a couple folks who rapping it in. We might have to do it on a. No, we might have to set something up. That might be kind of cool. That might be a little interesting. Well, not even. It ain't got to necessarily be a battle, but maybe have some folks spit some hot fire. But yeah, I think that'll be that might be very interesting. Cause everybody, you know, I've been waiting to hear from this Trill guy. He says he raps. I think I've heard something from him. Allegedly.
Straight up.
All right. So you said that if you had your way tomorrow, that you would put out art, you'd put out various forms of art, music, you'd put out film, things like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So I take it that you are you in the various works of art. What is your favorite work of art? It could be music, it could be picture, it could be film, it could be a painting. What is your favorite work?
It might seem corny, but I like a lot of art from Frank Frazetta and like students of him, which I might classify as a stuff because I've studied some of his art. But I like Mark Schultz's book. Like, I ordered a book, Storms at Sea, from Mark Schultz, because I think he's a good draftsman, and I think that he draws gorgeous women, and that's my specialty, is drawing portraits of pretty women.
Right.
So I respect the game. If somebody else can draw pretty women and they draw real nice, because that's another thing. Like, a lot of the pretty females that I bumped into, a lot of them I was supposed to draw them.
Right.
Like, that's how I met that one friend of mine that got lured out to Texas, the girl that was supposed to do the ASCAP thing with me and stuff. I was supposed to draw a portrait of her, and we was talking about our videos, because I'm good at video editing and stuff too.
Right.
I used to make arty videos and stuff, but she was doing like TikTok. She was making little TikTok videos, and one of her videos went viral, and that's when the knuckleheads came and got her.
Bueno. Shout out to Heidi. Good to see you, Heidi. Man. Okay.
Ain't she pretty?
Who, Heidi?
Yeah, isn't she like pretty and stuff? Like, isn't she like a unique looking person?
I mean, if you're into that kind of thing.
But she a character.
Yeah.
How the heck do you even meet her? Like, how'd you get her to be part of your comedy and everything and stuff?
You know, I've been in some seedy places. I've done some things I regret in life. Sometimes in those places you stumble across people who you make strong bonds with. And Heidi's not that. Heidi just came in one day from watching Saw Sports and just came in cracking up from acting up in the sauce. And then she came into the den and she let loose in the den. And she has been a staple in the den ever since.
But see, that's like a unique personality. Like, you know, like that's like, you know, like, because that adds like a thing.
Right.
To like what you be doing, having some weird girl that's pretty that be trolling and stuff and talking crazy.
It is very niche.
Because she types some wild shit sometimes.
It is hilarious. Yes.
But that should be funny as hell.
Right. And
you know what's sad? Like, this is pretty girl that I think got talent too, and she good at ranting, but like she got around somebody dating, and that person, whoever they are, toxic as hell, and trying to make her crash out. Like, to have her screw all of her shit up and alienate people and stuff.
You know, people will hate on you, man. It's crazy because you can point somebody in a good direction. You can, you know, try to get somebody going somewhere, and people around them will see that, and it can be a multitude of things, right? And I don't think people want to intentionally move negatively. You know, people can sometimes see a star. Sometimes people can see when somebody has it, and they will try to sabotage, baby, because they feel like, oh, well, I don't want this person to become something, I'll lose a friend, or sometimes it could be because they're hating. But yeah, people will definitely try to dim your light being around the wrong folks. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got the juice. So
that's bogus as hell.
Yeah, but people like that though.
That's bogus as hell.
Right. But you know, I'm gonna be honest. Like it's a lot of shit I didn't learn until, you know, my grown age. You know, in my later 30s, right? Like 30s, this period is just like. There's things that I thought were only in cartoons, like certain emotions and the way certain people moved and things like that. Like I learned in life that like that the green-eyed monster of jealousy is a real thing. Like I really did not believe like jealousy was a real emotion until I got older.
Yeah, but some cartoons like fairy tales, like the Grimm fairy tales and stuff. Like if you think about it, they like was warning you about different stuff that you'd encounter in the woods. Like think about the woods as being like the greater world around you as a child. When you coming into your formative years, it's like sitting up there just trying to put it in you. There's people that'll put you in the oven and eat you.
Right.
You know, these people will do that. And there's really cannibals. There's really people that are like Leatherface and stuff, like, you know, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and stuff, where they got the whole shit locked up. You go to their gas station, hey, we got another one.
Right, hey, yeah. You fall into a trap, and it's going to be a long nap, buddy. Yeah. You got to be careful.
There's people like that, but they was warning people about it back in the day.
Right.
Back in the day, Grimm's fairy tales was sitting up there trying to teach you stuff, but then, like, you know, some stuff get lost in translation and stuff. Like, over the years, people would be like, that doesn't exist, but then after a while, you had to think about it, like, how many people get pulled in? Like, I always kept warning, like, where I'd be like, people shouldn't be trying to epic fail upwards. Like, just because you pass on the GPT and you stupid, you best believe it's documented that you stupid. They know you stupid. So, like, you're going to be what's called a useful idiot. I think the dude was like Yuri Brizimov or whatever that covered that, where you said that like some people, like the next thing they do after they do a subversion and take over a place is they execute all of the people that they had helped them destabilize where they live. And you got to think about it from the mind state of a person strategically that's helping you fuck up where you live at. After you fucked it up, they know that you'll fuck up where you live at.
Right. Yeah,
so you can't be there's no apocalypse love boat.
Right.
Like there's a lot of people that be black, they like, I'm gonna help fuck everybody else black up. Okay, you gonna be on the apocalypse love boat and you think they not gonna throw you overboard. Really? Like you and the thing is and stuff too, they have to have security. Like imagine if I'm a person that came back and had people yelling at me. I've had so many people yelling at me, talking crazy to me, like not understanding where they be smelling themselves too much and stuff, thinking they the shit. And it's like you don't realize who the hell usually be the cleanup team, and y'all don't realize I'm a person that should be paid as an advisor. Like telling you to slow your fucking roll. If you too stupid to fucking understand that shit, there's people that be getting scared where they be like, all of these people are bad. Just because they tell you to do some shit, they might not want you to do all of that shit. After you accomplish it, now they scared of you. Dumbasses. Like they don't be thinking about that. That's the part about the shit that they like if the elevator don't go up. Yeah, you fucked over everybody over there and shit, but you fucked over everybody over there. And at a certain point in time, if you're not that bright and you chat GBT in it and you can't fucking read, like when you fucking sitting up talking with somebody that could be a fucking lawyer, that could be prosecuting your ass, you're not going to be able to you can't speak fast. You can't think on your feet.
Right.
But you have an evil thing to quip. I'll hang up on you. I'm the manager. I've got it recorded. There's people I'll be telling them I got it recorded.
Well,
like I'm recording this.
You got to keep it
like,
documented.
Like I'm recording you, miss. Like you're calling here. What's the point of calling somebody that's corrupt? You're supposed to call the person about that. Do you notice that the person that was imagine if that was a lady that was for the Attorney General's office out in Texas, and she said that shit to me. I hung up. I got it recorded. I think her name was. Yeah. I told you I wanted to give you some supplemental material and shit. I wanted to give you some shit so that you could look at it and hear it and be like, God damn. So that if I called in and I ever mentioned this shit, if anybody be player hate, you'd understand why I be so calm and why I be like, I don't care. Motherfucker can call me any motherfucking thing they want to and shit. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Motherfucker just need to break off bread to me and they can kiss my motherfucking ass and shit. Did you just know this much? Like, I bet you this, whatever fucking shit that I be putting together, I bet you everybody that I be picking to do something with, they don't have as much crazy problems. You ain't heard nothing about David Arquette acting no goddamn fool for all the time you done heard about him being an actor. You ain't heard nothing about him on the Epstein flight and none of that shit. I said, like, oh, I got an idea for something for him. Like, I don't give a care. Like, he could be doing any other weird shit. That's not a problem. That's a drop in the bucket. It's the skullduggery. The skullduggery. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be sitting up there worrying about no broad. I got to be like she going to call somebody and get my head shot off with a shotgun? Like, that pussy ain't worth it. Nah. Like, I get in the time machine like, hey, Kurt. No, bro.
I'm mad because like that would have been so perfect. So like right before the stream, I took the little clip of not actually Young Thug saying it, but it's from a joke, and it's a thing where the nigga say something wrong with the pussy. And when you said the pussy, I wanted to hit that button on the soundboard, but because I'm on Linux, I couldn't move it over, so I have to wait till after the stream. I didn't have time to do it. I'm looking like, it would have been perfect timing to drop the something wrong with the pussy. I'm devastated. But here's the deal, Mr. Lee. I've got to get ready here to wrap it up here shortly. But I do want to say I do appreciate you calling in, man. And as always, man, sharing your thoughts with me. We definitely we gotta continue the conversation. We got a lot of things to talk about. And like I said, I'm gonna link up. I know you shot that info to me, so I'm gonna get with you on that.
All right, man. Stay up.
For sure.
And thanks for having me on and stuff. And like, this is a good conversation and stuff too. Like, that's some deep stuff.
Right,
man.
right. Like I said, I definitely see a few tears of things
For
we
real.
gotta talk about.
For real, because I do think people be chasing money and they don't really be happy about what they got and stuff.
No,
Like that is kind of sad.
because they be trying to, it's like the Italian job. People really be trying to live other people's dreams. You know what I mean? They don't really have their own ideas. They just copy other people's shit and just exist. But, you know, as I said, we're going to definitely dive into it one day a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's a bit, Mr. Lee, man. I appreciate you calling
That's
in.
messed up.
Hmm?
I said that's messed up, man.
Yeah.
But it's still a good topic. That's a good title, though. Like, for real.
Right.
All right, man.
All right, well, that's a bit.
Stay up, man.
For sure, for sure. You too, man. I appreciate you calling in.
All right, one.
That's all. Shout out to my boy Lee, man. It's always good to chop it up with Mr. Lee. We're a little bit over the mark. Got to take care of a small matter, so we're going to have to get ready to wrap it up. But I want to say shout out to Heidi. It's good to see Heidi. If you're into that kind of thing. But, oh, terrible. I see y'all been having a field day with the with the GIF file. So there's that. I want to let y'all know, man, I do appreciate y'all again. You know, I thank each and every one of you for being here. Right, you could be anywhere in the world this evening. The fact that you decided to kick it with the Den folk and come chop it up, I appreciate it. But I didn't want to end the call. I didn't want to cut it short, but I do got to get ready to take care of something. I'm probably not gonna hop in the Discord tonight. Oh, Tubi Tuesday tomorrow. I forgot last week and didn't say nothing about it, so we really didn't do a Tubi Tuesday. So we'll really rock with the Tubi Tuesday tomorrow. We'll watch whatever I was gonna watch last week since I didn't really watch it. I already got it in mind. So Tubi Tuesday tomorrow after the stream. We're gonna be in the Discord watching Tubi. So come be a part of that. Yes, I am the one who. Anyway, I love y'all, man. For real. Y'all take care of yourselves. Absolutely. Dingy. Yeah, we got to get back to the dingy, man. Shout out. Sophisticated, bring that back, man. Shout out to Sophisticated. Because that's when we were at our utmost worst. Man, I've been doing a lot of, anyway, who cares? But shout out to each and every one of y'all, man. I appreciate it. I got to call it a wrap, though. But I do thank y'all. Adios, amigos. As always, it is my honor. It is my privilege. And more than anything, it is truly my pleasure to get to chop it up with y'all. Man, we already watched it. We actually watched your movie on. We watched it. I remember I told y'all, my little brother, remember we watched the movie on Tubi. That's him right there in the thing. So we watched it. We watched it on. It might have been one of the first movies we watched on Tubi Tuesday. I got to think about that. It might have been the first one. But let me get out of here, man. I got to take care of something. But I appreciate y'all. Adios, amigos. Until next time, mañana. Y'all take care of yourselves. Shout out to everybody who called. I appreciate y'all calling. Y'all have a good night. Y'all ain't got to go home, but you got to get the fuck up out the den. Adios.